you do this to me? You've been running in circles inside my head. Wasn't looking for love, but baby, I found you instead. Saw you in that red dress. I can't seem to understand how you got all that finesse. Still been running in circles inside my head. Wasn't looking for love, but baby, I found you instead.
Hello, Europe. Welcome to the Zen Championship Series. That's what it's going to be all about, right? It's the Rocket League Championship Series as we head into the European Open here for the spring split. We are trucking on through this season. I'm Leafx. Joining me today to get you all prepped up for the show and then to cast our first matches, Jorby and Spaceman joining. Jorby, it really is. It seems to be all the talk in the European scene right now.
That's all anybody has been talking about for like a year, it feels like, almost. But Zen went on an incredible run in the 1v1 side of the industry. Shout out to Johnny Boy for constantly featuring him, but he's been all over the place, all over streams and showing what he can do and also showcasing a little bit of his 3v3 ability. This is his very first RLCS main event match, and I know that everybody has been waiting for it. We have too.
Spaceman, it's just across the board too. Rosters all over the place. This is it's an exciting time to get caught up today for European Rocket League.
Yeah, man. Look, there's a lot of interesting roster changes that have happened during the off split. That's a word, and it's also just the fact that Zen is currently here now, right? So we're finally seeing his RLCS like big debut that we've seen it a couple of times. Saw it in GWB, and we've also seen just what he's done in the 1 seed. Yep. So it's the ZLCS from now on.
And this is where we are. We've already crushed on through that fall split, winter split. We start into the spring split. Of course, we start here with the Open. This is day 1. We are going to be sending teams home. We'll let's send them all homes. What a wonderful broadcast we are. But we will be sending some teams home today at the end of the day. So it's already cutthroat to start it off. But across the board, lots of Rocket League happening. Here's our weekly schedule, of course, podcast. We got other regions going on. Look at that. Beautiful local times just for you. And the streams right there as well. So make sure you have all those links open. You're watching all the possible Rocket League you can. It's not just Europe going on this weekend. And speaking of, what's going on, we got a major coming up. You saw it on that screen. And it's going to be in Boston, the Aganis Arena on July 6th to 9th. You guys can be there on the 8th and 9th, and tickets are on sale right now. rl.gg/spring tickets live. Spaceman, I mean, we talk about it so much, but like the East Coast,
Boston.
It's been a while for them, and it's in Boston.
Was last time was Season 7 Worlds in New Jersey, so it's been a bit of time since we've had an East Coast land. East Coast is fun. The weather is not as tumultuous as some might think. Like it's good vibes, a lot of fun towns. Boston's a great city. Been a couple esports events there, so it's gonna be a fun time at the Aganis Arena for Boston. Get your khakis in your khakis, guys.
Okay, Jorby, what's
Get the car.
I'm gonna ask you now.
Get in your car.
What's my car? That's the only
in
one.
the car. That's all I got.
Role play.
No, I'm sorry.
Okay.
That's not my department. Okay, all right. I'm not throwing it. Get in the car. Get to the Aganis Arena. Put it in park.
I'm not from Boston, but I'm not in my head like that. That sounds good to me. You'd pass in a Hollywood movie. It's all perfect. Let's take a look at where we are, of course, in the grand scheme of things in the season right now. Jorby, of course, this is where points come down to the wire because we saw it in North America. Teams started clinching worlds already. What are we looking like in Europe? Are there anything like that where teams can find their way into worlds?
Well, you're really looking at that 6 to 8 range. It'll be really hard for Europe to get 8 spots for the World Championship, but that 7 seems likely. 6 seems guaranteed. So you're looking at teams like BDS, who just made a roster change, Monkeys, who look really good, Williams Resolve, who have played Spoiler before, and you certainly have to imagine they're going to play Spoiler again. All of those teams in the race in Europe, and even the teams below them. The only team that can really rest on their laurels is K Corp with a whopping 152, which just shows you, Vatira making every grand finals, almost like it does something for your points. Kid's crazy, and that's why K Corp he's one of the reasons K Corp are so good.
Spaceman, they're not fair.
They're not, but also just looking at the rest of the lineup here, I mean, look, Europe is stacked in like the top 5. You got Liquid, Vitality, Oxygen, of course, Moist. But like also to note real quick, number 7, PSG Tundra, new organization into Rocket League. We know the German Amigos eventually gets picked up. The not so secret organization signing that we all predicted that was happening absolutely happened. So,
back.
But look, it's happy to have PSG back, but it's also worth noting that BDS are trying to make a run up into top 6. That's going to be a big weekend for them here. You look at Quadrant on the other side, you'd think going into the season, this would be an unfortunate series of events, but the roster splits up, they go their separate ways. And like all the players from that roster have filtered into like top teams on the left side of the bracket here. So it's going to be a very fun day at Rocket League.
It's crazy too, because BDS has been kind of out of my radar of like interesting storylines for a while, but now just quickly off the note for people with Rise joining the roster in place of Extra, like this might be something big. So BDS might be one of those teams you start hearing kind of enter that spotlight for storylines again. But Spaceman, we talked about points. Let's take a look at what this tournament is worth here in terms of prize pool as well. 30K for first place and 24 up from 20 before. So you have those comeback mechanics for some of these teams.
Yeah, not chump change, but we expect this result. And again, a lot of this comes down to points at the end of the day for a lot of teams. Granted, 30K and divvied on down to 13th through 16th place is great. No doubt about it here. But when it comes to rounding out and ending that bell curve to champs, we make this run here for Worlds, and you are looking at the points at 24 for first and how it adds up over time. So if you have a good split every now and then, if you have a good bracket run even here, you're adding those points up and giving yourself a better chance to qualify for the big event.
Look at this format. You know what it is. Double elimination. It's not much more complicated than that. But in case some people still look at this and I mean, it's big and intimidating, Spaceman. Maybe just break it down real quick. What to expect as we go through it.
Listen, chat, you've been here before 1,000 times. It's double elim. You lose, you get one more game, chat.
That's
you get
it.
one more. Then if you don't win that,
you're done.
Go home. But you're already home, so you unplug and you go outside. So like, look, it's upper round one, all best of fives. You get up to upper quarterfinals. You get a little couple more best of fives, but it's really just, again, win your 3 games, move on. We saw it last week. We're going to see it again. Lower bracket, same situation. Best of 5 up until around halfway through tomorrow. And then we switch to best of 7. You're looking at upper semis for that to start hitting. And I believe lower round 3 is when we see best of 7s kick in for the lower rounds. But like, this is where things get tense, chat. Everything else, it's double elim. It's traditional esports, baby. We're back. Like, this is how it works. So it's going to be fun. You only lose twice, okay? Get it together.
Don't lose.
Don't lose. Well, sure. The classic right now. But let's take a look at the schedule. What's going to be going on for today, what matches we're looking at. Of course, I did mention eliminations. We're going to start with the upper bracket round 1 and into the quarterfinals, best of 5s across the board here. But then we do go down to our lower bracket, round 1 and round 2, and that's where eliminations will happen. Teams, unfortunately, will have to go home. We have so many teams. We got to thin things out before getting to the weekend here. And these are our matchups. A reminder that across the board, you can go and watch these matches on the team streams. Go and support your favorite teams in the chat. Make sure you watch them. If you want to hang out with us, sure, you can do that too. But make sure you're going across the board and supporting all the team streams. They're fun. I mean, Jorby, you're a testament to how fun those team streams can be.
Oh, I appreciate that. But, our fellow RLCS casters, Cole and Stumpy, are heading up that Liquid stream. And no doubt, bringing the same type of fun, tuning in some of those things. They're talking about like peanut butter or like something. I don't know. I've seen Stumpy's pizzas. I don't trust any kind of food topic they talk about.
It's fun, that's for sure. But over here, if you are sticking with us, we're going to hone in on one of these matches. You probably could have guessed what it was. It's going to be Quadrant facing off against Vitality. Big shocker here. Spaceman, I mean, like, there's no way we couldn't have watched this right off the bat with the hype behind a player like Zen.
Yeah, look, this is his official RLCS regional debut. And for Zen, all the questions now come full circle. And again, we know what this kid brings to the table, but also just looking at the strength of Vitality. Like, look, you got Alpha 54 and Redosa.
Right.
To round out the team, which already had a very good showing at the San Diego Major. Now they're getting prepped for spring. We expect them to be there. They should be. And this is arguably the #1 team to compete against Karmine Corp for the overall dominance of Europe. This is going to be a fun showcase and an opening for Zen.
Well, we got the opportunity to sit down with the highly anticipated rookie Zen, so open your ears. Let's take a listen.
I'm super excited to play in RLCS because I want to show what I can do. I feel a little pressure, but not a big pressure, It's a good pressure for me. My role in the Team Vitality, I'm pretty mechanical, so I think I can be the guy that can free up a lot of space on the field for my teammate.
From the ceiling, and the flip! And it hits the ground pitch of his life! He causes an earthquake with that one!
The first period with Vitality, it's very cool. I have 2 good teammates and we have a good synergy. I think Alpha is one of the best mechanic in the game, and Rodozen can be a great defense for us because me and Alpha take some space. I'm curious to see what we can do together.
Rodozen! How have you forced that ball to the left? Where's that angle even come from?
I'm super excited to play in RLCS because I want to play in RLCS like 3 years ago. I just want to show what I can do.
Just now a pitch towards net. Oh, Vitality take down Team Oxygen.
Oh, you just can't get rid of them.
Well, this is just going to be formalities, I think, for this part down here, guys. Hashtags in the chat. This may... I'm curious if we get a record-breaking... not to tip the scales already towards Vitality, but the hype behind Zen is unreal right now, Jorby. I have to see chat getting behind them.
It is unreal hype, and one of the few players that may end up, meeting or exceeding that hype. I think it's funny that Zen's like, yeah, I'm pretty mechanical, bro. You're not just pretty mechanical, okay? Pretty mechanical. That's like a top six team level player. That's not you, buddy. You're more than pretty mechanical.
Okay, so do we formalities so well? Is anybody going to go against the grain? Are we
just
Vitality?
Put Vitality under me already?
I think all three of us.
I'm gonna cough through my allergies.
Vitality sweep.
No, dude, I'm dealing with
spring. I'm dealing with allergies.
Spring. You just put it up. Just put it up, Johan. Like, you know what I'm gonna pick.
Yeah. No, can we get everybody dying with us in the chat with allergies? Raise your hand, please. That's we're all feeling it right
Europeans don't know about that. All right, you don't have trees.
I feel
they don't have trees.
Spring chicken. I don't know what's going on.
I don't have that.
They don't have trees. Chat. Let's see the vote. What do you guys got on this one? We're going
shocked.
I'm not gonna lie. I expected higher.
Actually, a little bit better than I thought it would be.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So Quadrant
Crew versus
fans.
Secret in San Diego was 90-10, and I think that this one is more lopsided than that one.
Insane.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. It sucks because obviously we've seen just the experience for some of the players too. The players on the other roster on Quadrant, they just don't have as much experience. Then again, neither really does Zen. But we've seen what Zen can do, Jorby.
We have seen what Zen can do, and for Charlie B and Temper on the other side, who have only made one main event before, that was last winter on Team Vertigo, and now you get to this main event, your second one in as long as 12 months, and you got to play against the most ridiculous prodigy we've seen in almost forever, Spaceman, and so I'm excited to watch him. But this new Quadrant squad, picking up, these young kids, we'll see what they can do. They've been in the grinder for a while. This is definitely going to be a really difficult first matchup for them.
It certainly is. And look, you kind of have to temper expectations here if you are Quadrant coming into this matchup. Granted, you're trying to take out Zen from the play, trying to keep Alpha from getting up towards the ceiling and creating a lot of opportunities on that side of the ball. But when it comes to maybe the physicality matchup, it's also about hunting down the likes of Vitality because they're slippery. They get out of your grasp very quickly, and what they can do with their own possessions with little boost is better than almost anybody on the planet. So we'll see if they're able to keep things at an equal ground in a neutral territory, as already you see a demo to lead way to Zen getting picked off the play. And the defense for the moment for Quadrant, getting them out of a tough situation.
And I think the big thing for, there are some people are like, how is he going to fit in with Radosin and Alpha? But watching him in some of the off-season tournaments, you know what exactly he's going to bring. He's just as effective in 3v3 as he is in any other game mode. And I think that he doesn't show any of that kind of, that stutter, that anxiety that you would see out of a lot of other players. Maybe he gets a couple of struggles early on. Right now, Quadrant, they've done a good job boxing Vitality out of the midfield. And they've been the ones struggling to get the offense going here in the last minute or so.
And of course, you look at maybe the wild side of things and you're wondering, all right, this is a new team coming into it, got a lot of excitement there. But for Quadrant, this also a squad with a lot of new expectations because there's so many different teams that have made roster changes as Alpha has opened up the proceedings here in Game 1. There's a lot of different organizations currently in the European side of Rocket League that have made changes, that have made quick decisions as the splits come into high gear. And you are wondering, okay, if your teams like, Quadrant, teams like WoW, you're looking at German Amigos to get picked up by PSG Tundra, is this enough? Is this enough stability to compete against the likes of Karmine, to compete against the likes of Vitality? To start off, I don't think it is because you've already been down 2-0 and you haven't really found much offense upfield.
Oh, this one, Charlie B was kind of lazing around in midfield, just kind of drove upfield into the midfield boost. A little bit of boost anxiety, but it was very clear that Alpha had full control of that ball and he was going to smack it downfield. I don't know if that's where Charlie needs to position there. Being last man back, you got to take extra precautions, and almost a third goal there for Vitality.
You're seeing the collapse there as well. Just numbers continue to fly on into the play, but Charlie going to keep it low and work around. Skirts into the midfield. Okay. Cassio should have an open net, and he will. So you punish through some of those awkward, tough angles, and you get through a 50 or two, set it up nicely. Cassio just being a lead blocker and finds the goal.
That was a good progression, excuse me, from Charlie and Cassio. Alpha, he has to avoid that demo as he's coming back to get that 50 in midfield. And so he's driving backwards, already not the best position to be in to come around on that 50. And there was just no way he could make solid contact. The value of having that lead blocker in front and opening up that path helps Quadrant out here, and they might get another one. Charlie going for the bump on Radosin. He's trying to force him off the play. And, you know, we haven't seen a lot of this iteration of the Quadrant squad with Cassio on the team, the veteran for Charlie and Temper. But we don't really know the full power of this squad. They haven't had a lot of main event experience. Right now, against Vitality, they are at least keeping it close. I think that last goal was a little questionable for sure. Yeah, now they got to defend against Radosin here. 9 boost, got the read! That one was a little closer than I think it had any right to be.
And you're also going to have to deal with Zen through the corners, right? Like, the aerial play is going to favor Vitality in this matchup, not only on the counterattacks from the back wall, but it's also the transitions and how quickly they do open up. Vitality are very good at expelling very little boost to keep a play alive. Radosin does get the midfield grab, so you got numbers in front to worry about, but Quadrant should be there for the moment. I think Charlie actually backflipped into his own goal line, so it's going to be tough to make this read, but luckily your teammates collapse in on the goal line and keep it out, keep this a 1-goal deficit. I like the defense right now. We're seeing out of Quadrant. They're staying in front, not letting Vitality get a lot of space to work.
Zen gonna get a first read here. That's a great pop-up for Zen going up. Charlie B coming off the wall to take that one away from him. That's the danger when you got 3 players as capable mechanically as they are. Not even talking about Zen when it comes to Alpha and Radosin setting up plays for him, but Zen, he talked about it in the VT. Feels like he can be that player to open up space for his team to create opportunities because of those expert elite mechanics that he's got. Right now, Vitality hanging on to this 2-1 lead. And it's been a struggle for Quadrant to get consistent pressure on this half. That pass downfield, Vitality were happy to let it happen. Did not feel threatened at all by the push here. Quadrant, maybe a chance from the setup in the midfield line. They got him on the rebound, and Vitality got something to be scared of now. Cassio picking up the tying goal.
And if you're going to catch him, you have to catch him on a mistake, and that's just nicely set up by Charlie. Wins a huge 50 against Radosin. It's a weak clear, but a better touch on the Quadrant side. And you get enough pressure upfield, Derby, you just talked about it, right? Like, not a lot of sustained pressure. We haven't seen the counterattacks really come out of Quadrant. Finally, they get upfield. They withstand the double commits through the corners. The Vitality were pressing. Radosin tries to find the infield pass and gives it right back to Zen. But it's a nice job by Quadrant to hold on and get back upfield and find an opening shot to tie up this game.
Love that speed from Charlie B cutting off the pass from Zen to Radosin. Alpha getting a little pinch off that challenge. Right now, Quadrant just trying to manage the game on defense. They've done it well, but they need a little more control. Charlie follows up his first touch excellently. Enables that 50 to come in. I really like how Charlie B has looked in this first game so far. Really doing a lot of the disrupting, a lot of the space creating for Quadrant when they do finally get downfield. And right now, Vitality, the early teeth kind of clench a little bit. We may head to overtime. Another pop-up. Maybe Radosin has this on the pre-flip, but he's stuffed by Temper. Charlie B shores we go to OT.
Alpha comes into a lot of opening regionals of various splits, shooting around the high 20s from the field. So he's going to get involved some way or shape or form. You're going to have to deal with him on the offensive third. Charlie to kick off, looking for the double tap taken away. Alpha followed up by Temper, and it will fall through. Oh, the pressure with just 11 seconds in. You think it might be a stop, but Vitality have too much to handle.
Oh, Alpha, he got up for that first touch. Radosin, that's not a bad spot to sit. That's just a great shot from Temper. Alpha got up. They caught him on the transition. He does get a slight touch, but he doesn't get the bounce that he wants. He doesn't get the challenge that he wants. Temper still has to beat Zen to the ball and put that top shelf to beat Radosin. Quadrant, everything had to go right. Every touch had to go right on that play, and that was an excellent comeback. 3 unanswered goals for Quadrant. And Leaf, what are you making of this?
I'll be Spaceman
back into it. Yeah,
I'll be Spaceman. I actually can't think of anything ridiculous to say. I can't role play too well. So this was obviously, I think this blew everyone's mind based off what we saw in the chat. We're already seeing people going Vitality ? Vitality washed. It's already they're already done. They're already a terrible team. It's decided
no,
by the
don't do
community.
Don't do that.
No, I mean it's early on, right? I think we saw a good push, a good start right off the bat from them, but you like to see it from Quadrant to keep things close. I hope it gets explosive. I want to see some really cool things. I just like good Rocket League, and if we get an upset here, I'm not honestly against it, Jorby, because like that's just fun story, you know.
Of course, I mean, Leaf, this is Europe, man. Like, nobody should be surprised. Like, we're hyping up this Zen guy to be, you know, the next coming of Rocket Justin, and really the better coming of Rocket Justin, maybe. And yeah, then Europe's like, that's cool, but we got Charlie B and Temper on the other side. So how are you gonna answer that one, Vitality? Didn't see that one coming, did you? And we'll see how they can get that offense going. It was early on, they had some good pressure, but then they just couldn't get the offense going. A lot of big clears, not really able to utilize each other well in space. And I mean, to be fair, to Quadrant's credit, space, man, they really shut down that space that Vitality tried to create.
And there just wasn't a lot of passing downfield from Vitality. They were not afforded that luxury of finding Zen on the ceiling or finding Radosin overextending into the box. It's a nice compliment that Quadrant have been able to find, but as Temper tries to clear it out from the midfield line, you are looking at Vitality to start connecting on these passes as Zen meets the read quickly. Double tap finds Radosin underneath, but Alpha will get the call. And you are looking for more sustained connection from Vitality like we're so used to seeing from this 3.
And Zen bumped off the challenge. Now Charlie using the ceiling. Oh, what a stop from Alpha. That's a tight one. Man, Quadrant looking so threatening. Gotta think maybe there's a bit of a chip on their shoulder into this one. You go into Vitality. Charlie be leaving that one. Thinking Tempo was gonna follow it up quickly. They're the ones in the driver's seat right now, Spaceman. Midfield line. Zen finally got that midfield boost, though. Hang on, off the ceiling. Zen, one more. Oh, he just missed that one. The return is off target. That's a big chance for Vitality to go up by 1. They couldn't convert.
You know, when a lot of teams have a lot of VOD on them, you're looking at Vitality, there are teams that can start to pick them apart and find weaknesses. Granted, Vitality usually better than their weaknesses, but if you're a Quadrant, you come into this with maybe not as much strength in that film review as Vitality might have, so you can catch them off guard. You can find opportunities to work in the gaps against a team like Vitality and really take it to them. Take it to the rookie, make him work overtime, and stress out those strikers in Alpha 54, in Zen. Force Radosin to have to make interesting moves upfield to keep the offense alive, but from the backboard, Zen playing it low. We'll give it right back to the boys in blue, and Quadrant will start to make their approach, but this is where things get interesting, right? When Vitality get pressured, how do they respond? How do they get to the midfield and clear away their touches? They just keep giving it right back to Cassio.
They don't have any follow-ups in midfield. I mean, they spent all their energy just working on getting the clear. They've been facing a lot of pressure. Zen, despite the double commit, kept that ball close. Radosin following it up. But now here's where the issue stands for them. On the midfield line. Is that follow-up going to be good? No. There's nothing there. Alpha, he was playing a full win on the challenge as second man, and you saw Zen start to creep up as third, but now he almost got caught in no man's land. Alpha helping him out. Another transition for Vitality. Zen, one. Couldn't quite get enough power, but the rebound is there. Alpha's got to turn back quick. Now 2-on-1. Zen delays the attack, but it's still coming. Alpha gets down in time.
Vitality are so low in their own corners, trying to get boost to clear these balls away. They've been struggling to find solid touches and powerful ones on the redirects. And again, these small 50s, these quick wins at the midfield, they'll allow for these easy transitions downfield from Quadrant. It's just burning everything Vitality have. A huge shot in the middle of the box, but a double command Alpha tries to escape, and he will. Charlie's going to be up for the challenge, and here we go again. Another situation where you have boost for Quadrant. Vitality just trying to get back to the midfield line, but they are struggling.
Demo opens up some space, though, from Zen off of Cassio. Alpha just couldn't create anything out of the corner there. Ball got stuffed. Whole rotation had to reset. Radosin gets a pass over the entire Quadrant defense. But Zen, again, he's forced to the corner. The ball just had too much momentum to the left side, and he couldn't kill it. Quadrant hanging on defense really well. Shot total's been pretty low. Here comes another one up high. Lets it down for Alpha, and Radosin got the dunk, but oh my God, how does that not go in?
Zen recovers on the sidewall, sets up a pass. You're thinking Alpha's taking that shot. He leaves the double tap off. And okay, maybe selflessness in the comms, but a questionable decision from Vitality. They miss another, and Alpha, slow floater to the right post. It's cleared away. Temper to Cassio, cut down in the midfield. Radosin off the backboard. Here comes Alpha. It's on target. Saved by Cassio. Charlie with the clear, and Temper's back out with no boost.
Oh my God, they can't buy a goal. I mean, for real, how in the world did they not get at least one of these? Zen, hitting it up, but you just can't make Charlie B feel awkward. It looked awkward, and then he got the perfect touch to the corner. There's still more defense to play for Quadrant. They do not have a goal either. This would be the death knell on them in game 2. Alpha finally cracks the door open.
Great defense is great, but you got to clear this ball away if you're Quadrant. They have given up too many possessions to Vitality, and Alpha is not going to miss his 9th chance. Might get him the first 8. The 9th one's not going to happen. And finally, the dagger falls with 24 to play. Quadrant now have to respond.
Given enough chances, Vitality will score, but the game not quite over. Dosen tried to make the tough read. He didn't get it. Zen and Alpha both ready to commit on that play. Now Alpha and Radosin a little tied up. Temper all by himself. What's he got? A pass. Great cutoff from Radosin. Zen in the air. Put it straight down. Last breath for Quadrant. Two. And Charlie didn't get the touch he wanted, but it does work out for Temper as it touches the ground and works better for Vitality.
I mean, that is a frustrating loss if you're Quadrant. You played excellent defense for about a 45-second stretch, but you just are unable to convert that to anything positive on the other side of the field. For Vitality, even in their weakest moments where they're missing placements, they're hitting the top shelf, they're banging it off the crossbar, they just follow up with numbers consistently, and that's the problem. If you can't take the ball away, if you can't pull it out of their grasp, they will continue to throw it at you, and at some point it will land. You're not banking on Alpha to miss much. And, well, Zen with 289 points, not going to see that too often, but this is a Vitality squad that are more than happy to put multiple shots on the net. We're looking at a total of 11 in that game versus, 6 for Quadrant. That is the essence of Vitality, how often they are willing to commit numbers upfield. And Leaf, I mean, it was a sloppy game for both teams, but Vitality get a 1-0 win, and a 1-0 win is a win regardless.
Yeah, I think the other thing people forget about is that Cassio's probably happy with people being kind of quiet on his name right now because he's an experienced player. He's a veteran of this game, and he knows how to play it. So he's like, sure, keep the pressure off me. I'll play my game, and I think that's why it's keeping close. Maybe Vitality putting a lot of pressure on themselves and early expectations. It really depends on what they expect of themselves. Just give you a bit of update across the board. For the most part, nothing's on match point. A lot of games are actually really close. BDS resolved. They're tied in the second game right now. BDS is up 1-0 on them. I've been keeping an eye on that match. Moist Monkeys, Jorby, because you said you think that could be close. And it is. It's in overtime in game 2 right now with Moist up 1. So a lot of these games, honestly, pretty close across the board.
Doesn't surprise me at all. It feels almost at least day 1. NA's starting to get there with the day 1 chaos, but Europe, they created day 1 chaos. And
that's their bread and butter.
Continuing here. Who knows? Maybe all the results will go the way that people predicted, but we'll
listen,
see.
Keep note of Monkeys, by the way, chat. In general, that is a team you should not be sleeping on.
Yeah, good squad for sure. But Zen is going to try to get this engine started for Vitality, which, to be fair, they were able to rip the cord a couple of times on offense, but they couldn't really get the engine consistently going. And that right there, the accuracy.
Yeah.
It's the big thing for Vitality. You got the pressure, you got the passes, you have Quadrant on their back wheels. Really, it just comes down to the simple thing of put the ball on target. Vitality need that last piece, and they just have to find it in that 1,000 puzzle piece
Alpha
beauty that they have right now.
You saucy little man. Yeah, listen, look, the accuracy's been a problem in this series for Vitality. Granted, uncharacteristic as it might be, it's been a factor, and it is worth noting, if you're Quadrant, you need to pounce on that. Capitalize on the mistakes if you can. Alpha is overextending downfield. It's a pass to the middle of the box, but Cassio reads that beautifully and gets it on a dish back out to the clear. Through the corner, resources here, full canisters. Charlie, playing with his food, cuts back into the lane, looking for the bump on Alpha, but there is the clear, and the counterattack begins yet again for Quadrant. Let's see what they can do now.
Charlie B has showcased excellent vision in this series so far. Really has looked the best on Quadrant. That time, didn't get the best touch for some power, but that fake earlier in front of the box, he again continues to be the conductor for any kind of push that this Quadrant team is making. And they just catch them out a little bit. No, Zen's go-ahead downfield is off target. Now Charlie B with almost a full tank. Just can't quite get a quality touch. Got the 50 back over to Castillo, and play seems to kind of be dying here for Quadrant, unless Temper can create something here. And he did. Alpha missed the ball, but Charlie was expecting the pop.
It's almost funny,
I think he left it, actually.
Both teams have had...
Sorry, Spaceman.
No. Like, I think we're mind melding at this moment because, like, both teams have had similar chances on offense. They've had those winning the second touches, especially on the quick 50s. They just haven't converted. Like, it's just been a problem for both squads. Granted, they've been able to find the rebound, so that's beneficial. Zen on the backboard can't get it over Charlie. Great vision as well, like you talked about prior. But this is just a battle of second touches on the offensive third that both teams are finding.
Good idea from Zen, and he got the bump, but it didn't matter because Casio was still in net. Now Zen gets deleted for all of his effort. And Charlie just trying to kill that ball in the corner. Now Casio gets the look. Casio bumped off the play. Gives Zen a low boost touch on the ball. Quadrant again, we're headed to another long 0-0. Quadrant is starting to get a couple more looks on offense. Casio high ball, he sees a little space, but that was just too slow. Redosin had time to recover and jump back before Casio could even take a shot on the ball. Vitality have handled business on defense for now, but now another pass for Charlie, and the old whifty comes to bite Redosin and Charlie.
And there's not a lot of pressure from Quadrant on Vitality's backboard, so you're going to see Redosin sit in the net and just play as a third man. He's more than happy to have that patience. Alpha can't meet the redirect. There was a pass there from the midfield, and Vitality will commit 2 numbers to get possession back, but Charlie finds a victim. Charlie finding a second, can't get the dunk. Here comes Casio, slow floater, and he just sneaks into the front of the paint and puts it on target.
Casio practicing his quilting because he threaded this through the needle perfectly somehow. The little bump from Temper on Alpha takes him out of the net, and Redosin flips early on the ball. He just drives straight down. He gets that save. It's risky to do that because you risk hitting it right back into the offending player, and it might just be a rebound into the goal. And he wanted to get it clear out to the corner and no rebound, but that flip just came in a little too early. Maybe he doesn't even have one if he waits a little longer. That was a tough spot for Redosin to sit as Alpha's getting bumped in net.
The shots have not been super powerful for either team, so it's also a risky chow there from Quadrant. Double commit. Vitality will keep themselves down just a goal, under 60 to play, but you're starting to wonder, is the pressure becoming a little bit too much? A couple of double commits through those corners for Vitality, been struggling to get possession back. Redosin looking for Zen. He's going to give it off, never mind. Or Zen's going to fall back. Here comes Temper, big save from Zen.
You know, Quadrant are subscribing to the best theory you can when playing against a highly mechanical team like Vitality. Just throw your car at the ball. Get aggressive on these challenges. You talk about second man being kind of where the pain point is for both teams, but I think Quadrant they played a more aggressive second man. They've won more of those challenges in game 3, and it's been difficult for Vitality to get that consistent pressure. All that being said, you know, both offenses haven't put a lot of shots on net, but Quadrant are the ones getting to a lot of these challenges first. Vitality, if they get some space, they're dangerous. Alpha tried the low attack. Redosin, a poor shot. Quadrant, are they about to put Vitality on match point here? They are. One more to go for Quadrant. And, yep, 87% of people out there did not see this one coming.
I mean, look, that's just great spatial awareness on the defensive side of the ball from Quadrant. They're not double committing. They're not flying into the goal line to make a crazy save, to force Vitality to 50 them into a win. They're just playing their spaces. They're waiting for the pass to come through. They're making the read. They're getting out and getting the extra touch. This is good patience, and this is just poise from Quadrant. They understand the assignment in front of them. You got 3 incredibly mechanical players at your feet. You have to deal with the ceiling spacing. You have to deal with the spacing at the midfield. You have to shut down those passes. So far, you check off the list, Quadrant have hit every single box to a T. They're just winning the second and third rebounds here in this game.
This is Europe, Leaf. This is Europe, man. I love it.
Zen who? I don't know. Wow. I've never even heard that. Never even heard that name before.
Oh no! You know, look, it's his first RLCS main event series. Everybody's watching him. Everyone's expecting him to be world class. There's the nerves, man.
I bet you they had a lot of high expectations on themselves for an early game, right? And that in itself can hinder a team, right? You have to just go in, lose, figure it out. Obviously, you don't get a lot of time to do that in a double elimination, but hopefully they can turn around. But yeah, match point for them is crazy. BDS, by the way, on match point against Williams Resolve. Moist also on match point against Monkeys right now. And believe it or not, I don't have the streams up because I didn't see any, but Hogan Mode, aka Scrubkiller's team, is up 2-0 on Oxygen.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Didn't we just talk about that?
I don't even.
That's the real rookie I'm looking to.
Didn't we just talk about that? Listen,
Scrubkiller, the 7th season rookie. Yeah.
I don't think at this point, look, if Vitality do fall short here in this series, is it weird? Yes. Is it scary? No.
But hey, at least you didn't lose to Scrub.
Yeah, exactly. At least you didn't, get dominated by our world champion. But listen, like, it's a little bit interesting for Vitality, but it's also the first regional. Got to give them time to work out the kinks in the armor for sure. But you also have to worry about the fake. Oh, Alpha, you got to fake it through. Oh, the demos on the goal line from Vitality.
God, Alpha's like a psychic pigeon, man. He's just all over the place. He's just constantly pecking things, picking them up on the ground, picking that ball up off the ground, and he already knows what you're going to do with the ball. He already knows. And he got the goal.
Did you know Tesla was in love with a pigeon? Do with that as you will. Charlie,
I'm sure he's not the only one.
Oh my goodness, what a recovery
I'm a
from
fan of
Quadrant.
bulldozers.
Why is that, Jorby?
Because Charlie B just got in the truck. See ya, Radolson. Got him, chased him down. He was not going to get away.
This has been a very fun series of events we've had for the past 45 seconds, Chad. If you're not having a fun time, then something's wrong with you. Here we go. Back in the Coliseum, tied 1-1. Cassio off the kickoff again, just getting very physical. Quadrant don't want to give their real estate away for free. Cassio sends it on its way, but denied and rejected by Zen. And left up to Temper in the center box. Charlie flying in. The second touch won't be there. Zen on an escape plan, trying to find Radosin, but it slows down to the midfield. Alpha can't work his magic underneath. And there it will be again for Vitality to have a second chance at things.
Again, Quadrant not making it easy for Vitality whenever they're behind the ball. Charlie already downfield, forces Alpha high. Makes good work. That's good speed from Zen, but Temper just got the better angle on the challenge. Even there, Charlie, see, he jumps off the wall and just air rolls on the far side of the ball. It really prevents Vitality from being able to get any kind of meaningful clear out. That's a great pass, though, and Zen hit him with a hard redirect.
Oh, it's a little skyhook shot you see from the midfield. Radosin sends it on its way. Zen, backwards touch. Everybody's committing. We're looking like fish swimming upstream into the jaws of Zen. He's a big old bear. And they would win that fight. I don't care what anybody says. 2-1.
He just got to the watering hole, and the fish are just starting to show up. That's
Yeah.
his first goal of the series, his first RLCS main event goal. Can he get a couple more? He pops that one up across. This Quadrant team, the next 3 minutes, you know they're going to bring that heat. Cassio down on the wing for Temper. He's just going to jump at it. A little bit of space for Charlie. That's a quick pop-up. Tried to drill it, forced two out from Vitality.
Make that read from Temper. Nicely done. He was thinking about rotating back to hold off the counterattack from Vitality, but that's just great awareness overall. Cassio can't sneak it around. You got boost to the corners here for Vitality. So finally, first time in this series, they have resources to escape with possession. Alpha trying to work underneath, but can't sneak it by. Charlie again comes up huge on the goal line.
Oh, I like that to get over that defender, but he got deleted. Yeah, I've been impressed by Charlie overall in the series, but here comes Zen. A pop-up on the reset, a dunk to set up another shot, but it's too light. Radosin almost got caught creeping too far, but he makes it work. Almost put a shot on net. Can't grab that rebound. Could have been a chance for Vitality to get up by 2. But Quadrant's defense hold off well. Cassio quick off the steal and can't get the bump. Zen demoing Temper off the play. And maybe how they break by this aggressive, challenging approach that... Oh, wait, Charlie? He found the... Oh, my God, Charlie. He doesn't even need to get it. He was just the bait. He dangled himself in front of Vitality's defense, and he said, look at me. And Cassio pops out of the box and puts it in the net.
You're thinking a soft catch might be where we play the ground game? He hits it sharply to the sidewall, follows up with a teammate's second touch, through the corner, leaves it on a dime, and a silver platter here for Quadrant to stun the defense of Vitality in that exchange. I mean, we got to shut down the market here. This is just unprecedented levels of confidence from this new Quadrant roster as Temper tried to play his life through the corner, but it's Zen who finds possession. We know what this kid can do from the midfield. Around 1, the pinch is going to be there. The handoff to Alpha, and it sneaks through. The own goal doesn't matter. It's a save nonetheless, but Alpha finds it.
Oh, man, Cassio going to be kicking himself a little bit for this, but you have to jump for it when you see that shot come in. Or not Cassio, excuse me, it was Temper, because he ends up own goaling with how hard that shot was. You ain't stopping that way.
Right back to the lead for Vitality. So 1 goal difference here. It seems like that's been the story for this series. Soft touch down to the box. Here comes Cassio, catches him off guard, and gets the defense out.
All of Vitality, all tied up here. You see Zen walk out for the mid or the corner boost. It's not there for him. He comes back in the rotation. The ball's right by him because no one else can get a touch. As Alpha, he lost the ball. Radosin tried to come in, hurry up. It's a bunch of rushed mistakes in front of the goal line. And Quadrant almost give it one on that play. Charlie B, though, going to get back quickly. And, oh, he got demoed. Another shot denied. Cassio gets there in time. Not even speaking about Cassio's placement on the last shot. Quadrant trying to keep alive here in game 4. They have game advantage. Casio up high, can't get the touch. The Quadrant, they've been able to respond to every single threat that Vitality have given them. Charlie B, the biggest offender of that. Zen trying to get this one away from Quadrant.
And Zen was tracking that ball all the way down to the turf, so it's a nice job there from Vitality to keep numbers up, and they're not worried about the overcommit. They should be worried, though, about winning these touches through the corner. Temper, again, no boost, but canister full. Here comes Casio following through. The second touch will be there, centered off the ceiling. Casio trying to work his way around, and Temper will fly into the play. Advantage here still to Vitality, escaping as Alpha. Sends it off the way. Temper's going to get this catch. Here comes Radosin, the challenge, and through the corner into the blue half. Vitality have numbers up. Radosin has possession. He gets the reset around 1. Temper has to commit, and with that, Vitality through the corner.
This mechanical play. Okay, I go next. Okay, I do mechanics. Here's a pass. Radosin, good catch, good reset, but it's all of the net, all of the backboard defended. There, they actually slip through. Alpha pulls out the sniper rifle and hits a 50 caliber bullet to the net.
I mean, how much power was this? I think it just caught the defense. Casio might have realized either A, my teammate has to make this save to the lower post. If he doesn't, GG's. Or B, I don't have enough to be able to flip over and make that pinch. Either way, communication becomes a problem, and Quadrant now find themselves down 2 goals with 11 seconds and a game 5 on the horizon.
How many times in Alpha 54's career since 2018, this man has done exactly this on whatever team that he plays for. It's looking dire for Vitality. It's looking like Quadrant are going to get the lead on you again. Are they going to beat you in 4? Alpha 54 says no. Absolutely not. Now 5 goals. Oh my gosh, Magic Casio scores that, and we're talking about a potential time going overtime. But we're not talking about that. Enough time's off the clock. We're going to game 5. Vitality trying to stay in the upper bracket. This newly signed Quadrant team getting that new org buff. Vitality, they're still going to be difficult, though, as we head to game 5.
I mean, look, Leaf, when we're talking about Vitality, and one of the talking points coming in that I brought up was you're looking around the high 20% for Alpha 54. We're shooting from the field in the start of a lot of regional ones. He also has one of the higher percentages you'll find when it comes to goal participation, and that is only going to be helped by the fact that Zen creates space. So for Vitality, it's not just Zen. Not just Radosin. People forget that Alpha 54 was the nucleus of Vitality for a while back when the original roster used to exist, and we were thinking, is this going to be the iteration that gets the Dynasty back on track? Alpha 54 is still a striker, still a pure killer at heart, and you have Zen and Radosin around him. This kid is still unreal. 4 goals to his name in this one. 10 shots, by the way. 40% from the field.
Leaf, I need to know about Hogan mode.
I was gonna get there, but I was enthralled by the spiel from Spaceman. That was a lot of numbers.
Yeah, no,
my brain actually shuts off when I hear that many numbers in a row. Yeah, no, when you talk Vitality, I basically at this point stopped listening because there's so much more exciting things going on. Started on the low end here. Karmine Corp has been held to 2, or they're on match point now, but they've been held to 2 long. Well, a 5-minute overtime and a 17-second overtime by Wild. So it's not an easy win for them. We do have BDS with a 3 over Williams Resolve, Moist with a 3 over Monkeys, and Hogan mode with a 3-0 over Oxygen. The final game being 5-0. Wow.
5-0? Bro, no way Archie just got 5-0 by Scrub Killer.
That happens. You said Europe invented chaos, and you weren't wrong.
Dude, if that man isn't dark on Twitter by the end of the day, I don't know what's going to happen. But wow, all right. Shout out. There are 2 other people on that team, Rezi and Growly. Shout out to them. Growly's been on the come up for a while. That's a big Hogan. That's Hogan mode for sure. That name is accurate as heck today. My goodness, Temper going to steal that boost and start off game number 5, our first showcase match of the day. Spaceman going the distance, and I know we were talking beforehand. I don't really think we expected this. I thought that there were some, at least on paper, better looking, closer matchups in the first round, and Quadrant are proving us wrong here. Vitality, nice little dump off pass to start the game.
And they really are. And look, this has been a series of mistakes and positives for both teams, but I think the big takeaway, one, is that Quadrant's defense is legit. Their ability to make those quick 50 reads at midfield is legit, but Vitality are inevitable. At some point, the offense will click, and when it does, are you prepared? If you're not, GG's. Alpha 54 with the clear, and already Vitality circling back to their own side. Charlie has no more boost to continue this play, and Alpha will get the possession.
Well, Zen trying to play winger to Radosin here. Gets a quick clear out. And then actually going to stay back as that 3rd man. He's kind of been relaxed a little bit, even when it looks like he should be the go-ahead man. He's been letting Alpha or Radosin take the lead in front of him. And maybe there's discomfort there. You think back to the VT when Zen wants to be that guy creating opportunities for his team. But maybe sitting back, being that third man, giving him that chance of putting in that striking ability. That's a good pass setup from Zen, but that Quadrant defense that's been so prickly against Vitality proves to be difficult yet again.
It's a huge takeaway as well. Again, the second touch is there from Quadrant, slowing down Zen on the counterattack and forcing another player from Vitality to make that call. They now have to run point, and it just creates friction in the offense that Vitality aren't used to. Cassio should find this save, and with that, maybe a clear and a chance to follow through. Cassio has to get 3 touches through the corner, but it leads way to nothing. Finally, it does fall through. Temper will try to escape. Everybody getting bumped. This is hilarious. Radosin through the corner. Charlie B going to be up for the read. Can't get it. And Vitality will try to escape back out, and they will. But the defense from Quadrant at the moment has handled the pressure. Hasn't been much from Vitality. But we've already been sitting for about 2 minutes now with no goals.
Quadrant can't get a follow-up clear, though. Soft touch from Zen. Radosin played that one tight. He heard Cassio jump too late. He was expecting to catch that ball. Doesn't hurt Vitality too much. In fact, they get a little bit of leeway with that demo from Alpha. But then Charlie B gets the 50, puts Radosin on his back wheel. Cassio's pass cut off by Zen. He loses his corner boost as well. All that pressure, just diving back into the ball every time. Quadrant, they know that space is their worst enemy. They see it, and they might be dead. So if they can close it down as quickly as possible, that's their road to success. There's Charlie B again. No free touches for Alpha, but they're still losing these challenges as it gets thrown back to the box. Quadrant still hanging on.
And then as a huge touch from Charlie, it just takes away the shot from Alpha. Radosin, the reset backboard. There it is. Alpha follow-up. Can't find it. Cleared away from the right post as Radosin puts it back in play. And this one will rattle around on the sidewall for the moment. Cassio to his pass. A huge 50 there from Vitality. All numbers up. Everyone pressing. Alpha circles back out. Radosin wins it around 1. Zen rolls through, and Vitality finally find the goal.
A matter of time here for Vitality. How much pressure could they put on? Cassio rotating back in. He sees Radosin, and he goes over to the side as Radosin is carrying the ball. He's thinking Radosin pushes it towards the box, tries to cover that angle. But Cassio, with not a ton of boost, Radosin flipping back into the pass was just enough to get by Cassio on the play. And here's another one for Zen off the bar in. Vitality missed it. Do they get this one on the return? Radosin, double tap dynamite!
How much power from this shot. Zen to Alpha off the bar. Everybody gets involved. My goodness. Good luck trying to stop this. Depth of field is not your friend. You're getting hit by a semi-truck when you're sitting in the parking lot. Good luck. 2-0 and a minute 8 to play. You got to turn this around quickly if you're Quadrant.
Quadrant looking for their trailer. But Vitality looks like they're already driving away with a minute left. 2 goals. Quadrant came back from 2 in game number 1 to steal it away from Vitality in overtime. But now, Vitality forcing game 5. Quadrant aren't done, but the crossbar might end it for them. The 4th man for Vitality comes in. Zen cuts off the pass. He's not going to let them play around anymore in the orange and forces the 50. Here's a light shot. Temper barely gets the save. Charlie wants a quick turnaround, but Cassio actually gets bumped. That would have been a quick transition for Quadrant, but that little chip onto Cassio kept him on the ground, delayed them from going forward. Here's another pass, but Charlie's in front. Temper's got to play back as 3rd man, and now Zen all by himself, double and just missed.
The net was wide open on the counterattack from Quadrant, and they just couldn't close the deal. You're talking about making this a 1-goal game with about 45 seconds to play, and how it all falls away to Rebellion. I can't believe it. I can't believe you missed that chance. And if you get one against Vitality, you better take it. Because if you don't, you're going to be staring at the face of a series loss, and Vitality will do just that. A 2-0 win in Game 5 and a 3-2 win overall. Everybody calm down. Your predictions are correct and your channel points are safe. Vitality take this 1 in 5.
Leaf, what? Tell me what's happening.
Well,
oh goodness,
pretty much everything done. Oh, it looks, I'm just waiting on a result of one more here. There it is. Okay, just popped in, and everything in this round is done. So let you know. Okay, Vitality got their dub. Wasn't as dominant as people I think expected it. Quadrant's got to be feeling good about that. Vitality maybe not so much right now. I already gave you a couple results. 3-0 for Moist against Monkeys. 3-0 for Hogan Mode against Oxygen. We had 3-1 for Suh against PSG. That's pretty wild. And well, maybe I guess not so much. Yeah,
They're pretty
I guess that's
even
not. Yeah,
series played. Yeah,
that's true. And then Team Liquid taking down 2.5 men, 3-1. I was hoping maybe Speed could get a series win on there, but it didn't. It didn't hold true the rest of the series. G1, they went one of the longest series as well. That was Game 5 with G1 and Guild, with G1 winning 3-2. We saw this match. Team BDS with a 3-0 over Williams, and Karmine Corp 3-0 over Wild. They finally got it. A lot of overtimes there, but it was a lot of fun regardless. But after the break, we got more matchups. If you liked what you saw so far early on in this European Open, we got Karmine Corp and Team BDS next. We'll see how Raz can do on BDS, or if K Corp can pick it up and plow on through. We'll see after the break.
Le décompte est lancé. Oh non, le Jack dans les airs. Le RD doit pas rentrer Jack. Le maximum sur Hit et ça va donner l'ouverture du score. Ah, derrière, Soyo n'est pas là, là-bas touche le sol. Les GNG sont champions majors de Rotterdam.
Donc un petit peu de puissance, c'est parfait pour Extra qui va venir mettre le putain d'or en faveur d'Exalti. Attention à Monkey Moon, la passe axiale et l'ouverture du score.
I was on my way home and I got like a message from BDS where they were potentially interested in a move. But it was kind of a pretty easy choice to play with the greatest player of all time and the best player from last season.
BDS bullied off the backboard, Hector clears lane, and
I don't really feel pressure. It kind of annoys me when I read some stuff. I don't really feel like nervous or pressure about that type of stuff. Just more angry, and that motivates me more, so that's a good thing.
Rise got the stealing. He knew he had the bump on the backside. Rise was trying to control it, gets the goal.
Playing with Monkey Moon and Seiko is a lot of goal stealing, a lot of tap-ins. Seiko's a tap-in fiend, but no, on a real one, they're really good. Really good players. Once their confidence is high, I think we can compete.
working in tandem, the cutoff, and Monkey Moon again off the infield pass. BDS look good.
My first coach, Nick, actually described it in a way that I like, where I'm like the glue, but with spikes. So I like glue everything together, but I'm not like a weak point of a team. I feel like that's kind of what they need to get the best out of them.
But he's really the only one. This is just a 1v1. What do you do in this spot?
The main thing that was missing from their team was just that fire, that desire. Once you win Worlds, I think it's probably one of the biggest speed bumps a team can go through, because, you know, you've won everything then. What is there to win? So a new addition, new mentality, like, that'll be good for them.
Play off, but Rise played it around him. And now Rise
I'd say going into the split, we're a mix of absolutely everything. We're all very confident, but at the same time a bit apprehensive for the first regional. We can't afford to have like a bad regional. We need to go straight into it and do well, because we have to make Worlds. We can't come slow out the blocks. We have to instantly just go at everyone's throats.
Good defense as well here. They come, a two-man attack! Monkey Moon! If you can't beat them, delete them! Tie game!
You wanna know my feelings every time I look in your eyes. Baby, I can feel your energy. It's making me realize everything we've been through makes us strong enough. You and I, everything we've been through makes us strong enough. You and I, you and I. You wanna know my feelings every time I look in your eyes. Baby, I can feel your energy. It's making me realize everything we've been through makes us strong enough. You and I, everything we've been through makes us strong enough. You and I, you and I.
A fun start here for the European Open and the Rocket League Championship Series. As we get closer and closer to the end of the season, things don't slow down in terms of excitement. I'm Leaf, Jordan Spaceman joining me back again as we move into the upper quarter finals, as we move a couple more teams forward and throw a couple more down into that lower bracket. Just taking a glance at it here, Spaceman, what an exciting start. I mean, even the match you guys were casting, Vitality was expected to take that handily. They didn't. And then you look at all the other matches across the board too, especially with the Oxygen.
Dude, Hogan mode 3-0. I look at Suh 3-1 over PSG. Granted, again, like Suh's a very good squad, but still, German Amigo is now known as Tundra. That's also a matchup that could have gone 5 that didn't. I look down the line. Monkeys getting 3-0'd by Moist. Bit surprising as well. Granted, Monkeys could be a top 6 contender. Maybe some people said top 4. We'll see if that happens. But look, this is a very interesting start to day 1 of EU. I mean, we've said that sentence a billion times when we're doing these streams. So it's EU Rocket League, man. It's always like this to start.
I think Jorby was also exciting. I mean, even just looking at Karmine Corp's win with a 3-0 there, I mean, they still went into multiple overtimes, and I wonder if that doesn't bode well for the matchup coming their way. Or not, that's fine.
I mean, like, I got you, Leaf. Listen, it could. Granted, people look at the OTs and they're like, they're panicking. They're like, why aren't you finishing in regulation? But also a 3-0 is a 3-0. At the end of the day, they swept. Granted, a little bit closer than you might have liked, but they take out Wild. Maybe not the biggest matchup for them. You go against BDS now, a much more interesting one, which we'll get into. Leaf, I think you have to read the tea leaves here and see that a 3-0 is 3-0.
I actually do have tea here. What's down there?
Oh,
I filtered it really well. There's nothing in there. It's an unclear future. And that's, I think, perfect for the European region. Let's talk about this matchup coming up here. It's Karmine Corp, one of the greats in the European region, facing off against BDS. Again, players that have won world championships before it, bringing Rise onto the roster. This is a player a lot of people say is, I've heard Waypunk call him the Garrett G. I've heard him referred to other players as well. He's a solid player with a good brain on him. And I think it might be what this BDS team needs after a bit of a rough cycle there recently in this season, to be able to bring themselves back to the top. So they are up there in talks with teams like Karmine Corp.
Yeah, listen, dude, you bring in Rise, one of the most surprising free agent signings, or just signings in general, that we've seen in Europe in quite some time. Rise, one of the most clutch shooters you're going to find in RLCS. Granted, you look back to the run they had at the Winter Major last year, one of the greatest performances that came out of him, also came out of that team. And you look at BDS and you're asking, okay, is this what it takes? Because you're looking at a world championship roster that just had a catastrophic fall from grace. What's it going to take?
Chat, let us know in the chat. Is BDS making its way back with Rise on the roster? Is K-Corp in a good spot? I mean, they did come off again multiple overtimes against a Wild here, so maybe a rough start, but we know that they're a strong team. Who do you got? Hashtags in the chat right now. Jorby, do you want to talk to me yet?
Leaf, I think it's finally time. I think it's finally time to talk to my resident Canadian.
Let us know who you got then.
I'm going to pick K-Corp. I think they're just too strong. I think that this BDS team has potential, but K-Corp, they've shown their potential. I have no reason to think that BDS beat them here.
Okay. What about you, Spaceman?
No reason either, but I'm taking BDS. I don't know why. I just want to do it. I want to be different. And because why be right when you can be fun? I want to be right.
Well, you know what's fun is I was also going to go BDS.
Wow.
I don't know. I like the Rise pick, and just what I saw early on in the bracket, maybe K-Corp. I think K-Corp, we're probably going to be proven very wrong.
Don't look at me like that. You know who I am, Jorby. Look at him like that.
Let's go BDS. Let's say Rise is the answer.
What?
Right? No?
Did you see him in the off season? It's like what?
He is the second coming of Zen.
There's absolutely no way that you just picked BD.
Like, it wasn't that far off for Chad. 36%. That's not that terrible.
I expect this kind of behavior from LeafX, but you, Spaceman, I hold you to a higher standard.
Oh, I'm glad you do.
Maybe I should.
There's no follow-up to that. Just I'm glad you do. Thank you.
That's great. Well, Rise tried a nice little reset play to start, and it certainly make you look like a genius. Monkey Moon rocking that pink BDS decal. It looks so great. One of my favorite decals in the shop, for sure.
Go check them out in the Esports shop. Find all of your favorite teams from EU and NA and other regions as well. Go support the teams. Find your favorite decal to start. But of course, we look at this one. Karmine in the blue, BDS in the orange. And if you are a Karmine fan, you're going to be very happy with the progress this team has made to start as it ricochets around and pogos its way into an opening goal.
Nice work here for Karmine Corp to start out. Itachi puts it low there against Monkey Moon. And Seiko just couldn't quite get that save. It was very difficult shot. And Vatira rocking that version 1 banner. Shout out to the respect of the mechanical team that flubbed out a little early in the North American Spring Open. But you know how it goes. I'm pretty sure one of them rocked the Karmine Corp like goal explosion. So, respect beget respect.
the camaraderie across the board. Dangerous shot to start, but when we look at the Karmine team, again, not best in the world, many would argue, many would be correct, with how they showed up during the San Diego Major, with how they've looked even just lately. Of course, we didn't see them in the past couple of weeks in the GWB tournament, but it doesn't really matter. This team has not lost a step. The pep is back, and Exotic's been one of the biggest reasons why. A facilitator, great physicality, a spatial awareness off the chain. The dude has stepped up his gameplay from back during the World Championship last year to find his way onto the squad and be an excellent X factor for them.
Well, my biggest question in this match and in the and for BDS is Seiko. Seiko took, for him, a pretty big step back in the last few splits, where he looked absolutely rock solid at the World Championship, but since then has really not performed to the level that Seiko should be performing at. You got a pass out here to Rise, and Rise denied. It was a good follow from Exotic on the attempted pass. Right, Rise coming in to help assist Seiko and Monkey Moon. If Seiko gets it figured out again, this BDS team could absolutely contend like they used to. The 3 quality players on this roster, there's no reason they shouldn't be able to make it work.
And that's why they bought out Rise over at Oxygen. They wanted to make that change to, I assume, give Seiko a little bit peace of mind, not to pull the weight off of his shoulders and not make him feel like he has to find every angle for a shot, to not feel like he has to put up every solid placement when it comes to creating opportunities. Rise is one of the best clutch players you're going to find in the league across any region. And so this maybe is a sign of things to come for BDS, but Seiko, of course, just having a bit of a slow return to form. You would like to see him pick it up as Rise will try to play from the side wall and get it around on the Octane today. Monkey Moon will make the catch to Seiko at the midfield. Everybody commits and it bars down. Defense is out and Seiko finds it.
Good vision from Monkey Moon here. Stole that collected that midfield boost. He saw everyone was split. He saw Itachi jump before the ball even got to him, and Exotic jump as well. And he just sees Seiko sitting there chilling. And he knew he had an easy pass. No one was going to get to him. An easy decision for Monkey Moon to make in a very panicky K-Corp as they saw Monkey Moon behind the ball.
And that's just great midfield presence there from your BDS world champions. Of course, 2 members still alive here. You bring in Rise. Extra is out. Things are turning around slowly, but Vatira through the corner. Self-proclaimed best player in the world, continuing to prove it on major LAN events as well as online as well. And Vatira gets bumped off the play. Monkey Moon will have to fall through the corner, and Exotic will be decimated for his chance on that one. Seiko can't make the touch, and Itachi scored.
You say 50-50, and I'll say 100-0 here for Itachi, who just absolutely destroyed Rise, who was on the far side of the ball, and when he made contact, it was on the top of his bumper. You're not going to get much on a 50-50 at that angle if you're Rise. Great job from Itachi getting over him and getting more of the ball on his challenge. An easy dunk, but now Rise looking to get it back. Monkey Moon there. What? Itachi kicked the teammate out of the way and then recovered to get the save. Now he's going to use the boost to try to get the clear. That was what I can't believe they saved that. I can't believe Itachi got away with just kicking his teammate out of the way and recovering to get the save, but they didn't even get the clear, so it might not even matter here as Monkey Moon tries to press, but Exotic able to hold firm here for K-Corp.
You go from 100% on one side of the field to 11. I don't know if that the math works, but it doesn't matter. Seiko front box.
Chat doesn't know math. You can get away with
it. Neither do we. That's also a great shot from Monkey Moon. He will score and tie up the game.
Nice job here from Monkey Moon and K-Corp. You see Vatira up, but it's, Itachi, not Vatira. Could not get to that 50. Felt he had to go. Didn't have a lot of boost. Didn't just want BDS to get a free pass. K-Corp were caught all in the middle of rotating and getting reset while BDS were still behind the ball. And it's Monkey Moon who is really making those conversion decisions.
Yeah.
The decisions he's making, the passes, or just the shot that he's got to make. Monkey Moon's delivering it here in the first game.
And he's tempering his placements upfield as well. Like he's finding more space to create opportunities for Seiko to give Rise a lane to work in, and that just helps so much with creating more offense. Rise, slow touch, bumps Itachi on the head like a Goomba, and Vatira will have to clear it back out. And Seiko sends it on its way into play. Itachi to Exotic, so the backfield pass works for the moment. Karmine now struggling to find the clear. Exotic won't make that touch. Crossing pattern leads to nothing. But here comes Vatira, looking for the double tap. Pinched off the backboard, cleared out. Rise has to come up and find the ball.
Exotic has to buy some time. We're ready for a counter if he could find that touch. Now Seiko got it back to Monkey Moon, and great job, continuation from Vatira. He forced Rise off this ball. Well, not quite. Rise is staying on top of it. 0-second drill. Which team wants to play ball? K-Corp trying to. Rise and Monkey Moon tie each other up in the corner. Now Exotic says, thanks for the freebie downfield. Oh, they gave it to him. Itachi goes Mangekyo down the field, and they take game one.
As soon as there's a double commit in the corner, it's over. If you have a number up, if it's Itachi, it's over. Just give him the ball and get out of the way. Wide open net, perfect placement, top left slot. GG in game one. BDS shoot themselves in the foot with a double commit, and Karmine Corp punish.
Leaf, what's going on elsewhere in the lower bracket?
Yeah, well, again, the lower bracket, we're only doing upper bracket right now.
Or upper bracket.
Yeah. We got, that's all right. It's okay. I won't point out all of your mistakes because you said I made a bad decision in my pick. I don't think.
Did you see that double commit? Did you see that double commit in the corner?
It was one.
You saw a double commit in the corner, and you're telling me that wasn't a bad decision?
Yeah, well, that was a bad
BDS
decision.
too, but that's also like game one shows that we were incorrect, Leaf. Like we are. We have to hold this for the
not
moment.
over yet, okay?
I'm fine with my pick. I'm always weird. I'm cool with this. Just
Moist got their win, not unsurprisingly, against Hogan Mode. Things were going to get harder for Scrub as he moved on through the bracket. Moist is solid roster coming off a 3-0. So we'll see if that happens against Hogan as well. Team Liquid is currently up 1 on Suh right now. They're tied in game number 2. And Team Vitality G1, I couldn't find a live stream for. Reminder, there are team streams going on right now across the board, so go support your favorite teams. I'm still trying to get that one up, but there it is. It's 1-0 for your Team Vitality.
You know, the interesting thing here is a lot of people, rightfully so, we've been talking about, and myself included, we've talked about Karmine Corp, Vitality, the Oxygen trade, the BDS move. We also forget the Liquid still exists in this regional. They also exist in Europe and how good they are both on land and how they've won regional championships. So Europe is currently stacked in top 4. Wherever you want to divvy up the rankings, Karmine and Vitality probably within the top 2. Liquid is still very much on the hunt for being number 1s overall. And they're going to have to get through a team like Karmine. But Karmine's going to have to get through BDS on the opening kickoff.
Look at Seiko's shot here, though. He gets 2 of these. Itachi plants himself on the back wall, preparing himself for the shot, but Seiko hits 114 kilometers of pain on the left side of the net. That's 2 solid shots for Seiko when his number's been called. And I did want to see that shooting and really Seiko's just skill in general come to the forefront a little bit more than it has in the last 2 splits. I think he's played fine so far in these first 6 minutes of gameplay.
Yeah. He has that thing that we won't say because it's a curse in the sports world, but it begins with a Y, and if you know, you know. And sometimes it just takes a little bit to get out of that situation, but Vatira gonna try to break things open. The boys in blue. Monkey Moon will make the catch. Now everybody fighting for possession here. It's a double commit yet again. Monkey Moon can't clear it away. Here comes Rise, so plays it appropriately. Up to Seiko, but nice read there from Karmine.
Gonna have to watch this one. And Itachi couldn't get a solid handle on it. BDS looking for a way out. They need more than just that flick. Monkey Moon gonna set up with Seiko, and then he gets deleted. Seiko still might be able to. No, Vatira gets an easy clear back to Exotic, and a great touch out to the corner for Monkey Moon.
Great pass infield as well, just to buy time and wait for your teammate to extend upfield just enough, lead him with a pass, and then you send it on its way. But shot still quality yet again. Another opportunity there where Karmine are threatening, and you wonder how quickly it will take for the doors to collapse. But also worry about the double tap from the backboard. Rise catches him as they rotate off the goal line. A 2-0 lead for BDS.
It's Vatira sitting back here, thinking that 50 was going to come forward. Then he has to reposition, turns off ball cam to make sure he's going across to the side. He doesn't know where exactly Rise is sitting. And as soon as he turns ball cam on again, it flings across. There's Rise ready to take a shot, but he was really needing Itachi to get that 50-50, and it didn't look like he got any of it from Vatira's perspective. It'd be hard to rotate back and defend that kind of shot. If anyone's going to do it, it could be Vatira, but Rise made it too difficult.
Actually, a soft clear. Exotic just misses. He whiffs. Rise was hunting for a demo. And Seiko will put it in play before Monkey Moon got up to put a hand to lead it forward. And yet again, back to Boomball. Seiko, Vatira, over to Rise. Trading possession back and forth. Rise with a miss. Monkey Moon has to make this read. He will. Just small mistakes right now from BDS. Granted, they do have a lead, but you don't think it's going to last long with the way that the press has happened. as Karmine finally poked one free and find themselves a goal.
How does this get through? Monkey Moon, hard clear. Seiko rotating in behind, near post, and just opened up the back door. Seiko, not the best rotation from him. You see him come across the goal line. He keeps creeping forward on the near post as he's watching the play develop in front of him, fully confident that it's going to keep pushing forward. But then he just keeps creeping even after it's clear that K-Corp are going to grab the ball because he's already in a tough position after putting himself near post. And I think Seiko made that a lot harder on himself. Just has to a little more patient on that push-up for BDS.
BDS, the team that won the World Championship off of their fundamentals alone, so it's still being called into question and maybe the biggest Achilles heel for them at the moment, but that clear does help alleviate some of the pressure that's been built as Seiko will try to play it through the corner and has plenty of resources available. Monkey Moon stabilizing for the double tap, but the defense too strong. Karmine now pressing and Seiko clearing from the ceiling. Nobody getting a touch. Rise has everything in the world to work with here just to cause a fake and a bit of pandemonium on the goal line before Karmine commit more numbers back to the midfield. Vatira rotates out. Itachi has him in the wing. Exotic on the pass, but misses the touch, and that's the thing you want back if you're Karmine Corp.
Not a clean game number 2 here from either team. K-Corp, couple of touches that don't go their way. Seiko, positioning error earlier. And really, you can't be making those errors on either side in a game that's this close. Going down to the lower bracket early on is always a tough bet, especially we talk about it every time Europe Day 1's this region. You don't know what's going to happen. For example, you don't know when the game is going to get paused, and we go to a short intermission.
You got to pull the script up. I knew when it was going to happen.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Okay. All right, Leaf. Well, you're the host. You can tell me what's in your script, buddy.
What's in my script is you're going to be wrong. BDS is winning.
We might find out.
There's a minute 18.
We're getting right back into it because I think it was just a headset issue and the player was like, yeah, we're good. We figured it out. We're good. So
you don't need audio to play. Come on.
Tape that stuff to your ears so it doesn't fall off.
Just putting duct tape around your whole headset.
The whole thing, like headband it and like wrap it around. You know, it's a vibe. First player to do that, I will say thanks.
I'll like the tweet.
Reward. I'll like the tweet.
Extent of my commitment to this.
Yeah. I'll retweet.
Just looking across before we get back into this right now. We do have, again, Vitality not having the strongest of days. I mean, they did get a win so far, but it's tied up now against G1 1-1. We also have Team Liquid and SA tied up 1-1. And Hogan Mode is not tied up 1-1. It's 2-0 match point for Moist right now. They're running the upper bracket, maybe coming to a close real soon here. But you know, hey, that's still pretty good start. Good start for that team.
Big turnaround for Moist as well.
I mean, Moist were my dark horse of this tournament. I don't use dark horse like I expected Moist to be good. I think people are underrating the synergy that Cash and Joyo are going to bring together. But back to this match, BDS retaining this lead. We reset on the kickoff, and all headphones are on ears. Let's see if K-Corp can right the ship. Rise trying to, well, I guess he's only going to buy time for his team. Seiko get in front of the 50.
Itachi wanted the pass, but misflips and Vatira. You know, play it back, give your defense some time, and buy them opportunities to fill in the space. The gaps are closed, and with that, 40 seconds to play here in game number 2. Karmine lead the series 1-0. If you're just joining us, welcome into the upper bracket. It's a fun time to be here, but also for BDS, a chance to right the wrongs that they've had for the past millennium, it feels like. 27 seconds through the corner, a beautiful redirect, but Rise couldn't crash the box quicker, and another chance goes by the wayside. BDS have to try again.
But they are killing a lot of time off the clock. Granted, they gave the last one up at 0 seconds. I do not want to repeat that mistake here. They have kept K-Corp locked here in the back wall. And Monkey Moon ensuring it. Seiko keeping it down. But Rise has to get up for it. Knows that he just has to stay behind this ball. It's off the ramp. He'll steal the boost out. K-Corp from that same corner. This time they don't have control, though. Itachi can't get it going, and BDS will even up the series.
GG's all around. Like we're seeing from BDS, again, mistakes are there, worth noting, but not worth harping on, because a win is a win. And at this moment in time, we have ourselves a series that is essentially tied up, 1-1 apiece. BDS nicely done from the infield pressure. Seiko turned things around. Monkey Moon creating a lot of space. Of course, 3 shots to his name, 2 saves, but it really is the assist that has been the precedent set so far. Monkey Moon helping his team catapulted into a 1-1 series, but Karmine Corp, a lot still to be desired and a lot to look forward to. Again, very fun matchup we have on our hands. Leaf. Well, after that, all of a sudden, we're looking like big brain boys, and Jorby is hilarious because
and since nothing's changed across the board, since I just gave you guys the update on everything, I want to hear Jorby, walk his way out of this one.
Yeah, defend yourself.
Well, first of all, I can't believe
there's not much to walk out.
I can't believe my controller has turned into my headset. Unreal that they just totally reset the momentum. I mean, come on.
Sure.
I mean, that's not actually what happened.
It's the reverse typical.
It's a reverse headset. I'm not playing into this one, Spaceman. You got me. Look, I got Vatira on the other side. Y'all picked against the reigning the reigning Major champions. Against BDS, who haven't even given you any reason to think. You haven't seen them play on the pitch yet. Have you seen all the double commits? It's not even far.
Because here's
what.
This is the Gibbs strat. No. It's the Gibbs strat. If we pick Karmine and we're right. Like, obviously, it's Karmine. If we pick BDS and we're right, we look like Chads. And that's what I want. Okay? So, like, I can't lose here. I'm fine. I'm having a great day. It's a beautiful Friday morning.
I think we're running out of available Chad names, so I don't know if you get to be put in that category, Spaceman. Sorry.
That's fair. It's okay.
Yeah, no, it's okay. We all want it, but they're in high demand. We'll see if K-Corp can get that offense going. That final minute, BDS just suffocated them. Now Rise doesn't quite get behind that ball. Let's see what K-Corp can do to get out of this pressure. Vatira trying to bump Monkey Moon off the play. Itachi lets it drop for Exotic. That's a perfect shot.
High fives from Itachi. Big assist as well. Gets the midfield grab. Through the corner, Vatira being a nuisance in the front of the net. And Exotic waits for his moment to strike. And executes perfectly. Everybody involved for Karmine.
And there's almost nothing better than just a perfectly timed, perfectly powered, perfectly placed shot.
Yeah.
It just feels so good when it goes in because it really feels like there's some impact on the goal. Thanks, Psyonix, for making goals feel so impactful. But Monkey Moon trying to make an impact right now. It's ball Itachi, difficult to hang on. Yeah, Itachi just moving around, and then they got sniped. Itachi played around with the ball a little too much, and Rise threw him in the ground.
Oh, he tried to creep around the corner, and there's a 50 cal looking at you. What's happening? You don't want to peek out too often. If you don't have possession, Rise is going to punish very quickly. Good luck trying to sneak it by. As Rise again, a very potent shooter from the midfield.
Trying to do a little too much to try to prevent BDS from getting out, and then Rise, no contact. Vatira had an angle covered. Monkey Moon back over to Seiko, and K-Corp defense will continue to hold. That's a good pass from Rise. Monkey Moon had to get over the defense. The high placement, understandable. Getting over 2 defenders. Now the flick back to Vatira, cut off by Rise. 1-on-2. Seiko waiting for Exotic's touch. Exotic gets the high touch, force 2 off. Monkey Moon crashes in front. The ideas here are good for BDS. Those early double commits from Rise, that we're not seeing those either. And this is a really good start for BDS. Monkey Moon, low shot right in to Exotic, back into Itachi. But BDS, it's the same in this fight, the last minute of Forbidden Temple, Spaceman. They continue to pressure K-Corp, who are slowly starting to run out of boost. Itachi finally collected that one. Monkey Moon off the bar. They got the demo. And it's out.
BDS have neutralized Vatira for 2 minutes, it feels like, in the corner. They've been stealing boost. Vatira has to play low to the goal line. He can't escape and go for these challenges to reset the counterattacks here for Karmine Corp. How you don't score if you're BDS is insane. You have to find a way to put this ball through. You've taken out the primary option on the offensive side for Karmine Corp, and you haven't been able to find a goal. You have to close the deal here if you're BDS.
Oh, I got even there. Vatira just let Monkey Moon reset that. Now he's got to go ahead, but he can't get the touch. And Rise just dove for that ball, and he won all of it. Seiko also jumping. BDS, they are excitable getting down the field. Maybe that excitability is really frustration because, I mean, how many times you get right in front of the box and you just get stuffed somehow?
I mean, you got to be frustrated now with how many shots you put on the net and you're unable to score. Granted, the defense from Karmine wasn't bad. It's just that the placements from BDS aren't enough. They're not creative enough to peel the numbers off the goal line and find an opening look. You're shaking your head and banging your head against a wall. hoping that one lands, and Karmine do escape with a tie game still to boot. Exotic misses. He just missed. He just completely missed on the sidewall.
I think Rise bumped him. I think Rise got him. I think he was coming back here. Let's see. Yep, there he is. Exotic got kicked out by Rise, who Exotic just drove right in front of Rise. And Rise said, "You really gonna walk in front of me and think I'm not gonna do anything about that?" Hey, he just chips him off. Exotic
This is
made
not
it
a
easy.
crosswalk, buddy. You will get hit.
There are no laws against me hitting you. And I will. Here's Seiko. Maybe they get a third. Wow, I'm just saying all sorts of things.
Goodness.
And Seiko just hits the bar. They got through all three, but the fourth man.
They get so close to the finish line on so many of these looks, and then they just stumble and hit their face on the pavement. And you're wondering, when are you going to close the deal, BDS? When is it going to come through?
When is K-Corp going to get back to that, that dominant form? How they can't seem to lose on rotation, but they're losing the physical game slowly. Itachi was forced up early. He was able to get the touch, but look how harried it puts their rotation in. Really tight. Really tight push in that corner right there. It makes it easy for BDS. Just one player crashing in front. They get this clear though. Maybe they set it up, but no. Monkey Moon, he has been excellent in game 3. And he continues again. Monkey Moon, low reset. He almost did it himself, but Exotic barely got there.
He was able to catch one. There was a small team bump there from Karmine Corp that would have made it a disastrous 3-1 lead, but luckily the defense crashes. The pass to Vatira at the midfield. Numbers advantage. Power play begins. Karmine can't hold on to the ball, but here comes Vatira to the corner, slowing Itachi from the box, creeping up. He's ready. He's pouncing, but he can't find the angle nor the read. 38 seconds to go and counting down. Rise is trying to clear the ball in the possession here as BDS have more than enough to get this one away.
Great follow-up from Exotic. Vatira demoing third man. Now Itachi with the ball. No dunk, but Exotic's there. Vatira pulled out initially. Got that 50. He needed to buy time. Itachi did just enough. K-Corp find themselves in this position again. Down by 1. Time running out on the clock. Are they going to get another double? Cap from BDS! Oh, my goodness. Blocked by Itachi. Seiko almost delivered it. Monkey Moon going to push it again. It's that BDS pressure. Feel like as long as it's mistake-free, they get it. But hang on, Exotic. The flick. Itachi. The hook. Vatira. The shot. There it again. Seconds. K-Corp will not be stopped.
When will you learn your lesson? How many times with the textbook do we have to smash you over the forehead before you learn to put a hand up, to get in front with the 50s and shut down the aerial game of Karmine Corp? It doesn't matter what situation you're in. If time's on the clock and the game's still going, if the ball is up, Karmine will shoot. And now we got golden goal opportunity. Rise off the kickoff, sneaks it around. Vatira. Oh, it almost rolls in. That's a beautiful pressure from BDS, but they have to keep this one going. You can't afford to lose in the counterattacks yet again.
Exotic closing down that space, but Monkey Moon forced to flick it hard. Exotic trying to get that bump on the far side. K-Corp more confidence on that offense, but Rise, little short pass to Seiko, trying to catch Exotic out, and he will get the ball back. Itachi was right there in the rotation though. Vatira gonna swing back. This is gonna be Exotic's ball. Up against Rise, gets a big dunk off the board. Monkey Moon happily takes that ball out. Vatira, little pinch. And he's not gonna catch anyone out here. K-Corp, where they were losing those little 50s, those follow-up touches before Spaceman. Now they're winning them at the start of overtime. The momentum is flipped for now. Here comes Itachi, wants the far side pass. He's off Vatira, thought about the pre-jump, and then thought better of it. Still K-Corp hanging on to that midfield line.
And Rise is the only one getting physical right now for BDS. He's the only one disrupting the rotation from Karmine. You're going to need more numbers up to keep them at bay, to have that respect to the midfield. Rise around 1. Can't sneak it through. And a dangerous pop-up that Exotic will deal with.
Monkey Moon popping it for Seiko. Seiko off the board by Vatira. The rebound denied by Itachi. Rise gets another one. 45 as he leaves. Ceiling to reset. Down on the shot. Rise saved by Vatira again on defense. Seiko gets another dunk. Exotic has to wait. Gets the touch over Seiko, but it's not quite over. Monkey Moon ruined by the bounce, but so is Exotic. 2 demos. 2 players dead for K-Corp, but the only man who could get it was Itachi. They couldn't delete him. Now Monkey Moon in a hurry-up position on defense. Keeps it close. Exotic gets to pop out, and K-Corp withstood the harrying assault from BDS, and they might have to do another one. Seiko almost getting another bump. And Exotic, oh, that's a hard kick back to Vatira. They're going to break out off that hard touch. Nobody was expecting it from Exotic. Now he lets it drop. Forced the touch out of Seiko. Monkey Moon forced off the 50. Here comes Exotic. Itachi's jumped. Once Vatira, he's got space. K-Corp are still rolling like a well-oiled machine, but can they actually get to the finish line here? They can't. BDS thwart them again.
Itachi tried to redirect the trajectory of that ball, but it was a bounce off the corner from BDS. Itachi, double tap, can't find it, taken away. A hand is up. Monkey Moon flies into the play, now crashing. Rise, slow touch, more pressure here. Karmine are pressing, and Itachi is flowing through the corner. Exotic overextending. He's got numbers in front, but the fall back in the circle from Vatira, rethinking his approach here. Exotic splits off to the adjacent corner, grabs boost, resources are up. Plenty of time right now for Karmine Corp to keep this one moving, but finally the breakout. Seiko, dangerous around. Monkey leaves it on an angle, and Rise, the flick, back up to Itachi, the clear.
Got the double commit, but Itachi was ready for the clear. Now Vatira up to defend against Rise, and Monkey Moon tried to force the issue. BDS feeling desperate. Seiko cuts it off, but he gets bumped out by Itachi. Exotic downfield. That's only Monkey Moon's ball, and all of K-Corp are waiting for this one. Seiko, 2 touches. Vatira stretch back to Itachi, taken out by Rise. K-Corp, they've always had a final man, one final layer to handle business on defense against BDS. Now they're trying to strip down BDS like an onion. Here they go across the side. Monkey Moon back into the corner. Vatira gets no boost spawn. He's got to leave. Midfield boost taken by his teammate. Monkey Moon wins. Seiko denied again, this time by Exotic. And now the counterattack. Vatira 1, Vatira 2, Vatira dunk, Vatira!
Are you kidding? Vatira, the 4-touch, the unbelievable poise in OT. Unreal.
On defense, on offense. I know Exotic is getting the MVP, but the MVP of that overtime was 100% Vatira and a dash of Itachi. All right, I mean, Exotic, he got the transition. I can't give anybody full credit.
We don't gotta play another game. We just call a series chair bet.
Oh yeah, you feel sweaty now. Leaf, how you feel?
I'm happy. I'm good. We're good. Oh my word.
Leafex?
Yeah.
Leafex? Calling Leafex?
What? Yeah, hello, hi. Sorry, I honestly forgot to watch the other games. I was watching that one too intensely. The double dunk flip reset at the end. Yeah, Vatira's good. I'll give you that one. I don't think that was ever a question. Okay.
He wrote the adoption paper of every single member of BDS on that touch. Like he just took him out of the home, just put him in a box, dropped him on the firefighters doorstep, and was like, "Bye-bye, thanks for donating," and ran into the street. Oh, that was so good. Oh, okay, I'm happy.
All right.
I don't know what that means. Go ahead.
Okay, dude. I didn't think you did because
we don't have to talk about the other games, dude. We can talk about this one.
Well, I'll let you know at least what's going on here. Vitality up on match point against G1 right now. It's 2-2 in that 4th game. We also have, I believe it's Moist up 2-1 against. Yeah, that's right. Hogan Mode did get a game, but Moist I think is. Oh no, Hogan Mode just died. It's now game 5.
Oh my god,
baby!
So you might have, might have a good match if you guys want to keep that one up on your second monitor. And then Liquid and Saw are currently in game 5 with Saw winning something like 6-2 or something.
I love Europe, man.
There's no region like it. It's
my second favorite region, behind South America, by the way. For those of you European viewers,
yes, people can do the math. Yes,
yeah, just to make sure.
You should know.
Here's Vatira. Double tap? No, he left it. Itachi? No, that was a bad shot.
They all left it. It was tactical leaving.
They saw that touch and they were like, yeah, none of us are going to follow that up.
It was a tactical absence there from Karmine Corp, but oh my
tactical
goodness. Tactical absence. That's what we're going to call it. There was no comments on the follow-up play. So here we go. BDS, you got Rise there. You got Seiko trying to work some magic. Splits 2 defenders, commit towards the back wall, and it's Exotic. Well, again, wins 50 after 50 after 50. The kid is unreal, but so is Rise, and so is Seiko. Top bar again. The story continues, BDS.
Oh, they got to be having flashbacks to that now, right? I mean, how many times has that happened to them in this series? But, I mean, that last game, you didn't get... I think you had one BDS double commit on offense from Monkey Moon and Rise, but that was after about 2 minutes of OT frustration, right? And that, other than that, though, BDS have been a lot more consistent. It's the 0 second, the 0 second curse, I guess, in this series. Don't be down 1 against K-Corp, I guess, with no time left. That was usually Rise's MO, but I guess Vatira, Exotic, and Itachi all stole it from him. I mean great for K-Corp, right?
The entire series for K-Corp has been scoring in 0 seconds. That's how they've found their wins. This is a winnable situation for BDS, though. Every game's either been close OTs or down to the wire. BDS could have very easily been in the advantage, in the driver's seat of their destiny here in this best of 5, but Granted, the clutch factor, the resilience, the poise, the comms, the collective you have from Karmine, unlike anything you're going to see in Europe. For BDS, working through the mistakes. If they can fix the accuracy, they are a force to be reckoned with for sure.
Yeah,
but that's been the biggest plague for them.
I mean, when they have been accurate, K-Corp have made the stops. I mean, they defended some pretty crazy plays on defense, and BDS tried everything. They tried demos. Like, they literally demoed 2 players at one point, but they didn't demo the only player they should have behind the ball, which was Itachi way back before. But, like, just the amount of things BDS have gone to try to break them down in that OT just didn't work out. But, you know, the 2.5 minutes into this game, and we're squared up 0-0. BDS still looking consistent, but K-Corp, you know, they were having struggles getting the offensive engine going for a while. Ever since that 0-second goal went in, those struggles haven't been as prominent. And in fact, they're able to weave down the field. Look how many demos coming out now. Seiko getting another one. Exotic pushing it back out to the corner. K-Corp are in the same position they were last time, Spaceman. Constantly push back to their corners, into their wall. They get this initial clear, and Vatira actually going to kick it across. Oh, and he hit him on the angle. You simply can't have Vatira have this much space to deliver a pass.
Exotic did this in San Diego. He's like the sticky hands you get at the dentist for doing a good job. He's on the wall. You got to pull harder to get him off. And you're not going to it's not going to happen. He's overextended. He's upfield.
Just absolutely disgusting angle.
He just did that.
We go Exotic again. And we got all sorts of goals in this one. Vatira with his double reset, double Dunkarunski. And here's a nice little Passarunski, but denied. And Monkey Moon got the save. Another hard clear. BDS caught in the middle of their rotation. Seiko forced to watch. Rise trying to help him out. Bertacci leaving it for Vatira, but Vatira's just left to go get that boost. Now a pass to Seiko from Monkey Moon. Back to Monkey. Taken away by Vatira. Like the movement downfield. BDS need that pressure though. Now they're the ones needing to respond. This one off the board, and they just can't find a way in. BDS have to wait. They see every car for K-Corp ready for a response. And they don't want to just give it up for free. They don't want to give a free clear out, but the clears are coming regardless, and Monkey Moon's forced out to the corner.
Yeah, it's a double-edged sword here because these infield passes are huge from BDS, but not if the counterattacks are free on the other side. Karmine just wait for their chance. They buy opportunities, and they take away the missed touches from Seiko. And Exotic makes everything out of that touch.
Yeah, Seiko, that was a tough ball to try to catch, but definitely the caliber of player that can make that catch. It was coming pretty fast at him. That type of error can't happen for BDS. Now Seiko trying to set it up, but he was just stuffed. Monkey Moon playing it soft. Rise forces his way in. He goes bull mode.
60 seconds on the clock. And here comes the clutch man. Rise pinches it, squeezes it. Gives a little tap. And now it's in. Down by 1. A minute to go. Do BDS have enough?
They left in the barrel here. BDS denied Vatira on top of the challenge. Exotic, does he do it again? Exotic, a hat trick, and BDS, well, they let him do it.
BDS are living in the bird box because they're blind. I mean, you circle out of your own backboard, you sit patiently. Nobody gives that call. The comms are probably like, I got it, and then nobody has it. And before you know it, Exotic's already put a shot on the net. That cannot happen. The defensive mistakes cannot happen for BDS. Rise, Seiko off the kickoff.
There's BDS. Right off the kickoff, Itachi, not the touch that he wanted. Wanted to put that a little more towards the ramp, over Seiko's head, anywhere but right in front of his bumper. He makes him pay dearly for it, rushing on the kickoff, and now they're given a cool 45 to figure out this game-tying goal.
They work so hard for these goals. It's the small mistakes from BDS. If they could just limit those and take away those awkward touches, take away the defensive problems, this team's legit. The confidence not there. Big bump. Vatira trying to put this one away. Here comes Exotic, maybe for 3. The hat trick would be phenomenal to get this team moving. Vatira easily reads that. Here comes Monkey Moon looking for the pass, but Rise is up in the box and it'll get taken away.
A tough angle for Monkey Moon to do much more with that ball. Seiko able to find Monkey Moon, but that's just a time-buying touch, and they don't have a lot of that to buy. Here comes Rise. Little pop to Seiko. Up high. Monkey Moon's already in the air, but Vatira's faster. Itachi waiting for it. Back to the corner. Monkey Moon's still waiting, but he has to cut inwards. K-Corp looking to end this right now. Seiko got caught coming a little too far forward. Pops it up. Rise up in the air. K-Corp happy to watch this one. Not happy to see Monkey Moon, so they get the ball. Itachi puts it on the ground, and K-Corp take care of business against BDS. 2 0-second heroic plays in the series and cleaning up clean here in game number 4.
That is a series where BDS do what BDS do best when it comes to the offensive rotations. They look really good, finding one another, setting up opportunities, setting up their teammates for a shot, but they shoot themselves in the foot far too often, and they create mistakes and headaches that just should not exist. And you see it throughout the majority of the series in the Mobile 1 High Performance replay. It was really Karmine executing on 0 seconds, Karmine doing what they do best, Vatira in space, the team in space, one of the best in the world. But for me, the takeaway, other than the 0-second brilliance from Karmine Corp, is that BDS just made way too many mistakes and gave that series away in a couple of different opportunities.
Can I give my opinion?
Yeah, absolutely. Welcome in, buddy.
About how you lost?
No, I think they hit too many crossbars. Don't hit crossbars, and that was a different story.
That is, that's true.
Or there was way.
Yeah, I mean, maybe, I don't know. Like in that game 4, BDS really didn't have like the same offensive firepower. It was less the accuracy in game 4 for me. Maybe you're right. Like maybe BDS go up early in the series and it's a completely different game. Maybe if they don't double commit in the corner and give up 0-second goals.
Maybe we'll know on another timeline. But all the results for this round are in. Karmine Corp, of course, taking their dub there against BDS. Team Vitality taking theirs 3-1 against G1. Team Liquid 3-2 over SAW. And Moist, with only a 1 goal separating that game 5, take it against Hogan Mode. So maybe hope for Hogan Mode, but they'll have to try down in that lower bracket. They're in round 2. And we are going to be heading down there after the break. Go stretch your legs, get some snacks, get some water. Come on back here. We do have to send some teams home. It's going to continue to be exciting.
Leading to opportunities like this. Ahmad off the ceiling. Ahmad with the 7 from heaven. I get higher, I never tire. Can they get control of this? Pop back from a towel as he takes control. Are you kidding me? This is really happening. It's really happening. It actually happened. Fortune favors Liquid.
See this one flipped out. First killer. Does he have a flip? He's trying to use it to pass out. It's unbelievable.
At the end of the split, I ended up parting ways with Quadrant and ended up finding my new home in Moist. I decided to do this just because, you know, the second split wasn't what we had in plan. I don't think any of us were happy with the results.
Coliseum we go, and Cap with a very quick shot off the kickoff.
As for Moist, me and Joe has been friends for a long time. You know, we live pretty close together in real life, so we've always been close. But I actually reached out to them after I decided what I was going to do with my future, and just said, look, hey, can I have a few tryouts? And it went from there, and I think we scrimmed for like a week, and then obviously because it was quite a tight-knit time between the windows. I got picked pretty soon, which is obviously really good news for me.
The demo might help. The redirect is even better from Joyo, walking into the lane and throws it towards the back net.
The vibes of the team is something that is a unique experience for me. I've never had it in any other team. It is, I will turn into a call for scrims and it will be the loudest call ever one day, and then another day it will just be locked in. But it's a great thing as well, because it's nice to see, you know, they've got that level of professionalism where they can have a laugh and they can lock in when it's lock-in time.
I mean, that's just a great catch on the off rhythm there. And just
another one.
Through the demo, we've seen 3.
So for me, I feel like I've genuinely just fit in like a glove with Moist. There was a lot of things I had to change just because the two players are very aggressive, but I also think it works out better for me because I can play a more laid-back role and just kind of fill in the gaps and let these two players show how good they actually are. I think, yeah, we're all incredibly hungry and we all want to make the major.
Hello and welcome back to the European Open and the Rocket League Championship Series. I'm still Leaf-X, but my friends have rotated around. The other ones got sick of me. We'll see how fast these ones leave. Lemon, Kiwi, and Turtle are joining me for the rest of the day. We got the lower bracket coming up. But before that, guys, I just want to get hype again, just to let people know that the tickets for Boston coming up this whole spring the circuit here is leading up to this major and is in Boston. So please get your tickets. Turtle, you look excited there. Have you gone over to r.gg/spring tickets live and gotten them?
I have. I'm not even joking. My grandma wants me to get her tickets. And like, this is proof that Rocket League is an esport for quite literally everybody. My grandma is watching every weekend of RLCS. She wants to go to the LAN. And I also have friends who want to go to the LAN too. So we can all just hang out. You can all meet my grandma potentially and have a great time.
Yes.
And she loves Rocket League. It's going to be so much fun. If you haven't been to an RLCS LAN, now is your chance.
And Turtle Facts, is that coming? Because I know we're going to drop Monkey Facts and Turtle Facts today.
Yep.
Are you guys prepared to drop knowledge on chat today?
I'm prepared.
Is this a thing I was unaware of?
I got it all written out. I'm prepared for this, okay?
Are you also prepared that more people are going to want your grandma's signature than yours?
Dude, I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest. My grandma's pretty awesome. She's pretty sick. I'm not gonna lie.
You gotta get her a feature spot on track one time.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
All right, let's talk Rocket League. Let's get over to the bracket, see where we're at right now. If you just joined in now, you're joining us into the lower bracket. Looking at the upper bracket, we had some pretty chaotic things go on, Lemon, from the beginning. I mean, the fact that there's a couple 3-0s that were maybe expected, but K Corp even having trouble there against WoW with a bunch of overtimes. Then you look at Oxygen losing 3-0 to Hogan Mode, Scrub Killer, who hadn't made a bracket in so long.
This is my first introduction to Europe, and what a wild ride that it is already. I think the biggest upsets that I've noticed is, the Hogan Mode 3-0 over Oxygen. Even bringing Moist to a Game 5 is sick. I thought Monkeys were going to have maybe a closer showing against Moist. That was a big matchup to watch out for. The fact that Quadrant almost beat Vitality was nuts to me. It's cool to see BDS back in the driver's seat after the kind of Gamers Without Borders. I wasn't sure about that one, but hey, this is cool.
And then dropping down to that lower bracket is where we're going to end up here now, Turtle. This is elimination. People are going to start to go home. Reminder, if you want to support your teams one final time, team streams are going on if you don't want to have all the streams up. So head around to whatever platform you're on, search up the Rocket League category and find those streams. But down to lower bracket now, Turtle. This is do or die for these teams.
No more safety net. This is your last chance, and you've got a long way to go already if you lost at round 1. Now you have to continue on and make the legendary lower bracket run all the way back up to the grand finals. It's going to be a long one, but there's some teams in here that could potentially do it, and it's Europe, okay? Anything is possible here.
Well, we're going to find out now. Let's dive into the match that we will be showcasing here on this matchup. And of course, it's going to be Oxygen, sent down here by Hogan Mode, as we mentioned before, and Monkeys, sent down here by Moist. Both these teams coming off 0-3 losses. This is not, Lemon, how you want to start a bracket. It doesn't matter who it was against, but dropping down lower bracket without even getting a single win kind of sets you up for a bit of a mental anguish.
Yeah, and I mean, the last time these two teams faced was in the Gamers Without Borders lower bracket final on May 4th, not too long ago, where Monkeys 4-0'd Oxygen Esports. And both these teams are playing with different thirds, so you kind of have to look at those most recent results. EXO, I thought, fit in like a glove for Oxygen. They even incorporated him in the twos matchup with Jorius, so they have a lot of confidence in that guy. And Monkeys, and very big upgrade with Braziers on the roster.
Chat, get your hashtags in chat right now. Again, it's really hard because like the Moist Monkeys one, I can kind of see that result, but the Oxygen one, that feels like a huge hit for. I'm loving the upgraded scrub right now, but it seems like a huge hit. So what do you got in chat, or analysts? Sorry, what do you guys got, Turtle? Who's taking this one? Who's moving forward?
I would have to agree with you. I think that performance from Oxygen in the upper bracket just destroyed all of my confidence. They didn't even take a single game. And for Monkeys, I mean, they did better in the previous head-to-head. I'm going to go Monkeys on this one. I believe in them.
You know what? I'm also going Monkeys. So I'm going to make, Lemon, I'm going to make you split difference if you're going to, or are you going Monkeys across the board?
I got to go Oxygen. I believe in this squad.
That's the logical pick. That's the logical pick.
Is it the logical one? Okay, I don't feel so bad.
it just feels so hard after that loss, you know?
It is, but I really was a big fan of EXO at the Gamers Without Borders when I casted them as a squad. I think they're just so quick to incorporate that third, and Oxygen had beaten them before. I'll just follow logic. I can't be wrong there, right?
It's right. Europe. You very well can be.
That's true.
And chat going 50% on it. That just shows you how close this one really could be. But best of 5 elimination. Lemon, Turtle, take it away.
Let's get into it. Game 1, best of 5, lower bracket. The most exciting lower bracket match.
right.
So I'm so stoked we got this.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking about it in the green room, trying to figure out, which matchup we would actually throw on the main stream, and I'm definitely excited that this is the one we get to present, and we're already off with a pretty nice shot with some good passes in the midfield. Oxygen came to play.
Yeah, Braziers tried to clear it to the corner. Ixo read that like a book, and I'm glad I hyped up the right player when it comes to Oxygen. Right. And yeah, they originally were doing, with that crew battle style in the Gamers Without Borders, it was Archie and Jorius. And then when they kind of had that wobbly start, Ixo came in and just brought that fire, that fresh blood, the aggression with Jorius in the front line, and counterattack came in quick for Braziers, shot blocked, not out of the woods yet if you're Oxygen. Ixo winning that 50 though makes the save.
Yeah, and for those who are unaware, this is a newly formed roster in Oxygen with that new pickup of Ixo. Rise, of course, as you all just witnessed in that previous series, has moved over to BDS. So Europe definitely gone through a bit of a shuffle. The Monkeys, they want to tear down this Oxygen Esports roster regardless of any new pickups or any fresh blood. And so far, I'd say they're looking pretty solid. Haven't been able to get any possession on the other side. And I think this is going to be a lot closer than most people would expect. I mean, you're thinking about Monkeys up against Oxygen. Like I said, Lemon, the logical pick is to go Oxygen, right? But I think that Monkeys bring a lot to the table just in terms of consistency. All three of these players can pop off at any given moment and maintain that player behind the ball. He has been the anchor for this roster.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at Monkeys as the ones to be disrupting this jungle if there were to be one in Europe. People very high on them after their Gamers Without Borders run. Monkeys good enough to upset, very spicy. Archie shot, Smokes saves. This has been a lot of dangerous offense coming from Oxygen. East almost dropping this off in the letterbox. Jorius bringing it back. Defense watching him closely. Jorius dropping it off early. Running out of boost, running out of time.
Matane was behind that ball looking for a better 50-50. As it's just been stuck in the corner. This is everything Oxygen could hope for in game 1. Holding solid possession, getting a nice back pass here from Archie. Also takes the midfield boost. And the composure is certainly there for Oxygen Esports as they're already in the lead by 1. At this point, you just need to hold things down. Coming up on the second half. And the ball is definitely in Monkey's court to try and make a change because at this moment in time, they're just dealing with way too much pressure.
Yeah, Smoke just tries to clear it centered out. Ixo stalls it out in the 50. Jorius, the left side shot, which sort of assisted by the defense there of Monkeys. 2-0 for Oxygen after, again, a relentless offense. But Monkeys come in with a lot of hype from that close qualifier, coming in as the first seed, undefeated, 3-0, only dropping 1 game.
Ooh.
Even 3-0ing Sud. What a goal from Raziers.
Yeah, I like this one from Raziers. He just kept going through the follow-up on the initial touch to the backboard as Matane got the bump, then accidentally touched it, and Razier still has the time and the awareness to recover, get a follow-up touch. And that's the way you want to get back into it against Oxygen Esports. Everybody got involved, some physical plays, and now even off the kickoff they're able to press forward. Monkeys gaining some traction.
Yeah, that's the momentum that they're riding. You get the demo on the East, so you didn't have immediate ball possession, though, so Monkeys couldn't capitalize on it already, but you take the corner boost, you pass it to Matane. Archie jumps, gets a hand on it. Raziers off the ceiling to the box, but no follow-up immediately as the retreat starts for Monkeys just to grab some boost, and Oxygen take advantage of this moment to move downfield, but now that Monkeys are reinvigorated, they move down, see what they can do. Smokes with a long pass, doesn't get there in time, so a chance for counterattack from Oxygen.
Both teams at this moment are just playing boomer ball. Nice demo from Matane, should relieve pressure, and here comes the clear. Smokes downside, transition, counterattack opportunity, a double tap on top of it all. And this is exactly how you move down the field, find your target, and hit your mark.
Beautiful setup from Raziers, too. That was that solid ones player that they put in the Gamers Without Borders that you depend on. And I think that brings that kind of leadership to this team, a sense of stability. And how can you not? It was a 2-0 start for Oxygen. Now in the second half, tied 2-2. Archie, the chance. Matane read that. Good 50 stall. Up to the sky. Raziers connects on the pass. Jorius gets a hand on it. It's not the clear shot that Monkeys were looking for. They try to hold on to this defense.
That previous goal is exactly how you're going to want to move out against Oxygen. I mean, they've been forced to deal with so much pressure, so a lot of emphasis is on the counterattacks and finding your teammates downfield. And if that last goal was, anything, it's convinced us that Monkeys know how to get those transitions, Razier's behind the ball, another clear, but nobody's on the other side of this one. And the final 60 seconds are rapidly approaching as both teams need to at least get one more goal. Who's going to make that first mistake?
Chance, though, for Monkeys, just keeping that midfield presence. And the last time they scored, it was off of Razier's long pass down the field to Smokes to the back of the net. And I think Oxygen are keeping eyes at the back of their head to make sure that doesn't happen one more time. Keeping that third man in a secure position. Ixo, Archie, 2-on-1. Detain, hand up.
Oh,
the demo onto Smokes, 3-on-2 for Oxygen, 30 seconds left.
It's tragic. Ixo got the bump, but accidentally knocked out the third man, who I believe it was Archie at the moment, but a team bump after you open up the opportunity that could have been the end of this game, or at least the finishing goal for Oxygen. A huge blunder on the offensive side, and they're going to have to go back to the drawing board. 10 seconds left, and maybe this transition from Matane could bear some fruit. A nice pass across back to Matane, looking for another midfield pass, and it does end up going back to their own half, hits the ground, and we've got OT.
I like that call from Smokes. The counterattack was coming, and it felt like Monkeys really turned up in that second half. Off of the setup from Razier's to Smokes as that last goal. Synergy connecting well. As Oxygen haven't had that threatening offense, really punched to the guts since probably the first 2 minutes of the game, but it starts off well, and OT to Archie. Ixo looking for the bump, and the defense holds on. We're not out of the woods yet. What a save from Razier's again. Ixo, the rally, the pressure from Oxygen to suffocate Monkeys as Archie wants to set it up, centered out. Razier's not letting it happen. Jorius, the pass, he does it again. Oxygen with the game one.
Oh, at this point, there's just too much going on. Back into Jorius, who lands perfectly behind the ball, a give and go. And for him just to pass it back to Jorius, landing there is ridiculous. Oxygen Esports, they were knocking on the door. It didn't look like they would be able to break through the defense at first, but through sheer resilience and trying to stay consistent on the offensive half, you find the opportunity. And I thought it was going to be a better transition for Monkeys. I really thought this game was going to go in favor of the orange team, but they brought it back. And Oxygen were desperate for that final goal. Leaf, is there anything else crazy going on the side of Europe? I'm excited.
Well, I was about to say you, but you're not in Europe.
Oh,
so that didn't work.
But no, I mean, again, we've only had a first round gone by, and a lot of these matchups are, in all honesty, from what we've seen from the region, can go either way. So just to let you know, it's Wild up on, Williams Resolve up on Wild right now, 1-0. Quadrant is down 1-0 to Guild. And PSG Tundra is up on 2.5 men right now, 1-0. So again, nothing out there, and we're not on match point yet. So still lots to go.
Probably game 5.
Long way. Yeah.
At least the quarterfinals.
At least it's been close. We're not getting crazy blowouts, but at least in terms of these two teams, they actually did suffer a pretty big blow in the last series they played. But we'll see if things change. It does feel like Monkeys have opportunities, Lemon, several opportunities to at least get better transitions here. Oxygen are not playing a perfect game.
Yeah, Oxygen started to fall off in that second half, but then once they started in that OT, it felt like they were relentless. Monkeys couldn't get ahead of these passing plays, and that's kind of the bread and butter of Oxygen, is how they connect between each other, and Monkeys got to find their way in between them. So far, it is a Monkeys offense that is dwindling as Jorius moves downfield. 50 just slows them down to kind of allow Monkeys to reestablish on this defense, grab some boost, and head back their way.
Yeah, but the pattern has continued in game 2, and that mostly just consists of the Oxygen offense on a tear, looking for any opportunity. And they've created a couple of chances, but another transition down the other side. It's one demo, it's one shot, and it's a goal for Monkeys.
I think there's some singer that says one shot, one opportunity, and Matane gets it.
Some singer, yeah.
Yeah, some singer.
Yeah,
I don't know if I can quote that, but
Yeah.
I ain't trying to get in trouble on my second day here. It's on my second day out here. So we got Monkeys up 1-0. getting to start off a game on their terms is great. Last game, they had to come back from an 0-2 deficit, force the OT, Metain great dribble, pinches off to the wall. Raziers keeps possession, need that third man to step up. Smokes a little soft shot, knew that all 3 defenders were in the net. Would rather keep possession than give it over. But so far, no goal for Monkeys.
And one thing I'm really happy to see with the Monkeys offense is just their efficiency. When they're presented with any opportunities, they will put that shot on target. I mean, just take a look at that last goal. There's one demo, the first one in game number 2, and they're already able to capitalize and get one on the board after dealing with so much pressure from Oxygen. And they're still hunting now for the second goal. A big string of possession and more shots thrown at the target. Jorius gets the save, and then a demo from Smokes. All the pressure unfolding for Monkeys.
It might be called Oxygen, but they're just not breathing. We've been spending a minute in the blue camp, and Monkeys demoing them, not letting them a chance to stabilize at all until Jorius steals the ball. Either went for the corner boost, went for the bump. Either way, Oxygen trying to bully them back, stuff them in the locker. But Oxygen, how do they keep that pressure on? Ixo in the midfield, Smokes, free jump, ready there. Metain, shot to the backboard, second touch misses. Raziers with a shot down low, no connection from Monkey.
Ixo's going for the bump, he finds it. Smokes was in the air. He had the save covered, but gets bullied, punched out of the way. That's unfair. That's unfair.
Revenge is sick, right? Because Oxygen were having their net pounded just so many times. And then they have like 1 or 2 counterattacks and they score. It must be frustrating for Monkeys when you feel like you deserve a goal after all that effort.
Yeah, I think both teams have actually gotten a bit complacent when they have a long form of possession, and this is another one going in favor of Oxygen. Straight off the kickoff, we'll see how this one actually happened. That's a double commit on the side of Monkeys. Third man and the second man getting a little bit too cocky, a little bit too confused on who should actually be pushing forward. And probably the easiest goal Oxygen are going to get all series.
That's 2 back-to-back by Oxygen, who break out of their half and expose the weaknesses of Monkeys' defense. But you felt like, well, if the offense is all there, they need to be scoring just as much. Smokes to Raziers. Jorius intercepts the pass and goes all the way to Ixo. Grabs side boost and sees he can push his way towards the center of the net. Good saves by Monkeys, not allow them to cut through the right side. Smokes to the left corner. Jorius patrolling. Ixo challenge. Huge Jorius. Up high to the back wall. Ixo get the demo. But possession kind of held on slightly by Oxygen.
Yeah, and the physical gameplay has definitely been increased out of Oxygen Esports. Getting more demos, more specifically Archie, constantly on the hunt. And as I say that, he actually gets taken out by Raziers. So this could be a good chance. Ixo, great recognition and good awareness to get this clear out. Waste some time for his teammates to grab boost, and this should be Oxygen starting out on some more offensive pressure. Good bounce pass in the midfield. And at this point, you just got to waste some time, collect some demos, collect some boost, and try to run this clock down.
Smokes is demoed, so the offense will take its time. If you're Monkeys, Oxygen with the 3-on-2 have kept them in the orange half. Archie backing that thing up. Smokes going all the way past them. Oh, through the left side. Archie cuts it. Metain again with another setup to Smokes, to the shot, in the back of the net. 2-2 tie with 40 seconds left.
Oh, and this really isn't a great touch from Ixo. He was in a difficult spot, but you need to either bang that ball to the corner or keep it as close as possible to ideally force a 50-50. Instead, he just popped it out right in front of his box. All tied up. Monkeys look like they were on the brink of extinction in this game, about to head to match point, but somehow they battled back.
Oh, and Smokes wants a piece of this. 50 forced. Metain recovers. Possession for Monkeys. As we could be going into another OT, and we did say, Chad, that this was gonna be close. And it's a tie. Again, Archie to the back wall. Metain protects it well. Ball not coming in with a lot of speed. Allows time for Monkeys to get set up. And maybe find their revenge. The pass to Raziers. Pitches off in front of the net. But no one had a good follow-up from Monkeys. But they do fight for possession to the back wall. Metain drops it for OT.
I like those mechanics out of Monkeys for a second. We got like a flip reset, busty flick out into the midfield. More players get behind the ball. They're definitely heating up, and Metaid could finish things in game 2. Quickly into this OT, but if you remember what happened after game 1, Monkeys, you know, they went into that first initial OT with all the momentum, but Oxygen quickly flipped the script and had all of that pressure, and that's why they were able to win that OT, and it looks like the same thing is happening here on our screens, Lemon.
Very low boost for Oxygen, unless your name is Jorius, and that's why that offense fizzled out. But Oxygen defend well. Archie and Jorius kind of have that two-man coverage on Monkeys, who still go above and beyond physically and metaphorically as Smokes with the dribble. Ixo watches him carefully to not let this drop in front of the net. 50 seconds later, this could be match point if Oxygen find it. That 50 or challenge misses, but doesn't look like Monkeys are too threatened yet, and actually they're ready to swing back to the back of the net. Smokes does it again. Monkeys tie the series.
Oh, and you just feel for Ixo, who's constantly the third man rushing back to get into the net. I don't think he had any boost either. Actually, he did about 40 boosts to try and get back into position. But regardless, that ball is way too fast. There's too much heat behind it. It's a good shot, bounce off the corner that just rolls in the net. And Monkeys, they're not losing this OT. Game 2, all tied up.
The Smoke Show does it again for Monkeys. He's had a critical goal to tie it up for Monkeys, and now the OT goal. Love to hear it from Leaf, though. Has the rest of the bracket been exciting?
Yeah, well, I mean, we'll get a little more excited. So the only one that for me, we do have Williams Resolve at match point over Wild right now, but the one for me is Guild is on match point against Quadrant, which I guess was a little bit surprising to me, seeing Quadrant come off their match against Vitality in the upper bracket, bringing that to a game 5. Yeah. And then, of course, for Guild losing their match too, I would have thought Quadrant maybe would have been the stronger team into this, but yeah, match points tied in game 3 right now with a final minute left. So Guild could take this as a 3-0, which I would be very surprised about. But if they can, Quadrant can bring it back, that would be more of what I expect. But beyond the board, again, all of these matches could have gone either way. I'm not too surprised about the resolve of a Wild matchup.
I guess I expected more gas out of the tank of Quadrant. You take Vitality to game 5, but you lose 3-0 to Guild. It feels like a stamina thing.
Yep. I think we were all sold on the Quadrant stock.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden Guild have come back, and if they sweep Quadrant, I don't even know what to make of that. Like at that point, it's so difficult to try and decipher just how good this new Quadrant roster is. Now we got to set our sights to this series. That's all tied up. Oxygen again up against Monkeys, who got the better of that last OT and got some revenge against Oxygen. And I don't know, this series in general, Lemon, has been pretty back and forth. I'd say we get a lot of offensive pressure out of Oxygen, who look like they're about to get a nice goal or at least force a mistake, but then one counterattack, one transition, and that's the death of Oxygen, actually.
Oh, Archie. Okay. I saw Razier's just hunting for prey at that point. I was a little worried. But yeah, 2 OTs in game 1 and game 2. And there was one point where Monkeys had Oxygen stuck in their own end for like a minute or 2. It felt like an eternity. And then you just have an open net where, like you said, Oxygen, they feel like they have their backs against the wall. But you know what happens when you corner an animal? They bite you.
Oh, and that was a good 50-50 to set up Jorius. I think everybody on the side of Monkeys expected a better challenge, or something that would waste more time to allow the third man to get back into position, back into the net. And instead it popped right out to Jorius. Oxygen Esports are mad right now after losing that previous OT, and they want to just keep counting up this score.
Ixo taking the ball, like taking candy from a baby, and almost setting it up for Oxygen to get 2. And when Oxygen, I mean, they came in blazing in game 1 with a 2-0 lead, but Monkeys stayed in their shadow. This tips back. Jorius, always a step ahead. He's a big safety point of that defensive Oxygen. If no one saves it, I know Jorius got my back.
Yeah, and it's nice to see Jorius in that third man, and actually somebody else besides Ixo, because so far, up until this game, Ixo has been the only player that I've noticed rotating back, and at least he's been the last string of defense. And now Jorius, he knows what it's like to be the last string of defense and unable to come up with a better 50-50 as he just gets stuffed on the goal line.
Yeah, the heroes, they put the cape on. They know how to save the day, but also beat down the bad guys, at least for Razier's perspective. Big save into a big goal. Into Oxygen, tired of this. Right off the kickoff, putting the pressure on. Jorius wanting to connect to Archie. Good 50s from Monkeys. Now counterattack ensues. Matane pinches the smokes, but only sets up Archie for success as Oxygen almost broke through.
Monkeys getting more creative, and this has been a consistent trend in each game. I think they start off pretty passive, but as time goes on, they get more and more aggressive, more and more creative. They're forcing double commits like that one out of Oxygen Esports, making them uncomfortable. And look at the speed of this counterattack. Smokes in front of the ball. Now Raziers has a chance off the ceiling to himself. They are picking up the pace, Lemon.
Oh, yeah. Ixo, a clear to midfield. Look at Archie just going for the demo. All right, this is the passes you had to worry about if you're Oxygen. Matane pops it to Ixo.
So, it's wide open.
You had better protection of the back wall. The double tap denied. Double commit in the net as Monkeys try to salvage this situation. Oxygen still demoing people in the net. And as you go for a clear of your Monkeys, Oxygen take it back. Second shot, that goes in. Absolutely. Oxygen with the lead.
Oxygen firing on all cylinders. The passing, connecting. The accuracy is there. And for Jorius, I think he's happy that that one actually didn't fall in. It set up a better shot, a better follow-up for the main striker. Oxygen taking the lead, several shots on target, and finally one slips in. The question is, Monkeys, they have what it takes to get back into this game. And, you know, if history repeats itself, you can definitely see them tying things up. But my goodness, that was a fantastic sequence of events out of Oxygen Esports as they're forced to play more defense.
I kind of said before this series, I was like, how do you say Matane? And I got it right. You know, I'm the new kid, but I was like, if he doesn't perform, he's going back to Mitten, what I originally thought his name was going to be.
Hey,
but he is putting up the numbers.
I don't want to play against Mitten. That sounds kind of intimidating.
Mitten's cute. But that's just me. That's what I would name my cat.
I'm pretty scared if I'm up against Mitten, all right? I promise you.
Get beat by Mitten, that would be no joke. But he sends it all the way down and has performed well. Monkeys, I feel like you put all the eggs in the Razier's basket. If he either scores or helps you score, but this is not a great touch, but you remove Jorius as he walked up to attempt the score. Archie to the back wall. Razier's doesn't get the touch. I hyped you up. What happened? Ixo 3-1.
I mean, you were trying to build his confidence for this, for this backboard read, and he just couldn't connect with it. He might have gotten nervous after he heard that call from you. And another mechanical error. It seems like the pressure is starting to break down the Monkeys' defense.
Putting all the eggs in one basket. If you drop the basket, scrambled egg on the floor. Look at the bumps, Matane.
Oh my goodness!
Right below, the ankles are broken.
All right, you wanted Raziers to step up. How about this one from Smokes, faking out one defender? Archie had to dodge a demo, so he's already in the air. The ball's stuck to the ground. And all you got to do at that point is just push it through. Great composure from Smokes and a fancy little ground dribble to bring them within one.
But where is Oxygen in all of this?
They're right
where's
here.
Monkeys?
They're right here. Here they go. Here they
go. Oxygen to the backboard. Jorius winning this challenge, robbing Raziers of this ball, letting Ixo take a shot. It is a little too high, though. But you recover possession. You go in for round two. It's those demos, so you don't have a friend to pass to. And Archie is getting shoved around.
I love that from Archie. I mean, he had so much recognition of the space, the awareness around him, and knowing exactly where the defensive Monkeys are positioned. He gets it around every player, forces better 50-50. And look at him cook. This man, Archie, he just doesn't stop behind the ball, keeps making an impact. This is in the corner, then he goes up, waits a bit for Smokey to get in the air, knows he's gonna miss, and can recover and still get the shot. That's everything done by Archie right there.
Archie and Ixo get to hold hands. This isn't Rocket League, this is bumper cars. You're able to just get and squeeze it into the corner like that. 4-2 with 20 seconds left. Monkeys need to make this next offense happen, or it will be match point for Oxygen. Now look pretty smart on the desk. We'll see how it works. Raziers demos Ixo. 3-on-2. Monkeys running out of time, but at least can have a chance to make this look close on the bracket. As Matane just smokes. That pass is denied, and Oxygen take game 3.
Yeah, and this is a lot of confidence, I think, given back to the fans of Oxygen Esports after they had a rough round one. Didn't even take a game off of Hogan mode and then come down into the lower bracket. It looked shaky in the beginning, but this game, I think, really solidified Oxygen as the favorites in this series. And now we're within 1 game to go. Match point given back to Oxygen Esports.
But you have to do so much on the defense if you're Oxygen. 8 saves? Like, are you kidding me? Leave. I wonder how the rest of the bracket are shaping up, because Europe is a roller coaster of emotions.
Yeah, well, I mean, we didn't get that comeback from Quadrant. That's really the only thing to report to right now. Game 5 for Wild and Williams resolved, but Quadrant knocked out of the tournament.
Swept. They got
early on. Yeah, especially after going to Game 5 with Team Vitality. Expect, again, a little bit more. But yeah, Guild moving on with the 3-0. They'll be facing off against in the next rounds here. That'll be after the next break, after these games are done. 2.5 men, PSG Tundra. They're still vibing along in Game 3 right now. So not much going on there. This is more of the exciting match going on right now here on the mainstream.
Oh, I'm glad we're casting it then, Turtle. I'm glad I'm doing it with you too. First time.
Right. I mean, I'm having a blast. I like seeing what Oxygen have to offer now against Monkeys, who have been, you know, hunting around for some demos. They've gotten some nice plays together, but they've just been a little bit more inconsistent. All right, I want to see them pop off. All right, give them some type of like sensu bean banana. All right, the Monkeys are gonna pop off, I believe.
Baked bean.
Yeah, this is why I picked them. Okay, I expected something crazy. I mean, it's not insane to see Monkeys take this dub. They did get the best of them in that interesting format with Gamers Without Borders. This should be a closer series, and hopefully we get a Game 5 limit.
Hopefully. I mean, we had 2 OTs. What a drop off by Archie. Real close call. Monkeys with the shovel, scooping that out. But Braziers can hit a home run to the back wall to Matane. Ixo just a step ahead to not let these passes go through for Monkeys.
Oh no. Smokes was in a horrible position, and thankfully Braziers has his back. That should have been a better challenge out of Smokes, but like I said, Braziers was in position and had him covered. A couple of awkward moments like that are what has been the downfall for Monkeys. I think they haven't been able to get organized efficiently on defense, and that's been leaving the gaps a little bit too wide open. Good demo, might lead into some space for Braziers. Let's see what he's got. Keeping it to himself, looked for the mid-air bump, but doesn't find it.
Monkeys real physical in this game already with the demo. Goes all the way down. Jory is there first. Open net and first goal to Oxygen.
You just can't keep giving away with this if you're Oxygen Esports. Monkeys have to change something on their defensive side, because that's another free one. The inconsistencies are there for their defense, and rotations have been broken down yet again.
I mean, Monkeys, it feels like they have to have everyone involved. Hello?
Oh my.
The defense.
Oh my.
I'm trying to summon it with every ounce of mana that I have.
Oh, and that one hurts too. I mean, Smokes had the good cheat up on the kickoff, and you don't blame him for missing the touch, but Jorius was just simply faster. And at the end of the day, if you cheat up harder, it's a riskier approach, but sometimes, just sometimes, it can reward you like that.
Glorious Juice coming in Nitro. Oh my God. A response available for Monkeys as Archie protects the back wall well. Possession. Monkeys fighting for it, but Matane ran out of boost and couldn't keep the aerial battle going. Braziers gets involved. Now this is set up. Smokes and Archie collide. Matane and Jory is too. It's a battle. It's a war on the front lines.
Here we go.
The redirect from Smoke saved. Matane shot down low, saved again. A third one. How do Oxygen keep doing
they don't get a goal. They don't get a goal.
And the counterattack. Are you serious?
This is ridiculous. 2 saves in and out of the net. Then you get a transition down the other side, and Ixo can bury it in the defense of Monkeys. That's just every aspect of the game cleared and on point for Oxygen. The defense is there, the rotations to get downfield, and then the striking. Everything has connected and make it a 4th.
The jungle is on fire, and the Monkeys are about to go extinct out of this bracket. If they don't wake up soon, a 4-0 off the bat?
This is tragic. This is painful, because Monkeys were right there, Lemon. They had so many chances, so many opportunities. I mean, I don't want to blame their shooting accuracy. They were on target. I guess you can always say the shots could have been better, but at the end of the day, defense just a step ahead of you, and they can see the future. Oxygen certainly came to play in match point.
Where it felt like Monkeys was demoing a lot, trying to take the space by force, and now Oxygen demoing 2.
Okay, this is it, right?
One.
This is it.
Matane?
It's not it.
Oh, it's off the cross. Brazier and is getting chased around. So you can keep possession. Second half. You still have a whole second half if you're Monkeys. Cope.
Listen, I know Fruity's probably losing his mind right now. Fruity, he's on the team stream for Monkeys. He's watching it all unfold. And I guarantee you that man he's got to be screaming at least a little bit or crying. A couple of tears might have been shed. I'm holding back my tears right now because I did pick Monkeys to at least keep it close. But this has just been a beatdown from Oxygen.
Yeah. For now. You never know what's going to happen.
There's still hope.
Cope for game 1. Oxygen had this big lead. It was only up by 2. Then Monkeys came back in that second half. So they're just a second half kind of team.
The chances are there, Lemon. We're not seeing, dry opportunities or dry rotations on offense. Monkeys have done a great job to open up space, but you're getting dusted like this from Archie. You're getting mind gamed out of the play. It's over. 5-0. 1:36 left. I don't think any amount of opium can save me at this point.
That's true. Which means I beat you on predictions, so I can walk away with one W.
That's something that I think everybody, usually does though. All right.
Yeah, that's true.
That's not too surprising here, but that's still a dub for you regardless. Okay, I don't want to take away your win.
I'll have to comfort my fellow fruit friend on the co-stream, but we'll see how Monkeys can at least turn that big old donut into at least a breadstick. 0-1.
Okay.
They got the saves. Can they get more shots? They got 7 on the board. Dorius escorting this one to the parking lot. 6-0. Brazil territory.
Yep, and it's just running away from them. This happens a lot. Monkeys, you feel for them. A couple of good chances. And I mean, just thinking about how this all started out, they were pushing up too far forward. And I think what really sealed the deal was seeing those back-to-back goal line squishy saves in the net where you're going in and out of it and somehow get a touch. Once I saw that happen and then the transition worked out for Oxygen and I think it went up 2 or 3-0, it was just over from there. And Ixo, don't do it to them. Don't embarrass them anymore. It's already 6-0, okay? let Monkeys go out in peace.
So it was back-to-back, too. Once Oxygen started scoring, it was quick off the kickoff. And Monkeys, it's not like their offense isn't alive and well. Well, they got their demos, so there's potential there. Pass to Matane, shot not on target. Ixo gets this out. So it's the Monkeys who spend so much time and effort trying to score, and then Oxygen, they fight back once and they score. It must be frustrating for Monkeys, where it feels like you have so much potential, but you can't deliver.
That's right. For Oxygen Esports, massive turnaround after losing earlier against Hogan Mode in the upper bracket. And this is going to be goodbye and good riddance now in this tournament. 2 Monkeys, 7-0. It's not even a Brazil yet. Maybe Oxygen give up that 1 goal just for the memes.
You and I were looking up fun Monkeys facts just to entertain ourselves. Big Snake feels like our bitches are the big snake, the predator on the field. And Oxygen, or Monkeys, I should say, are so close to scoring. At least
there it is. There's the Brazil. Okay.
Smoke show. Let's go.
I know the chat's going to love this. They're probably going crazy about this. The Brazil, the 7-1. And that's it. Lights out from Oxygen Esports. Again, they went out 3-0 against Hogan Mode. And I was honestly kind of spooked because in this bracket, in this format where you don't have that many extra lives, it's not Swish, you're not playing a lot of series before you could potentially go out. I thought that meant Oxygen were done. It's a very on-the-day format for how you're competing. And Oxygen have bounced back. The mentality is strong with this new pickup of Ixo. And they just bury Monkeys into the ground.
Yeah, well, in the jungle, the mighty jungle, the Monkeys sleep tonight. Out of the bracket they go as Oxygen move up to face Team BDS in the lower bracket round 2 with a very dominant goodbye from Oxygen. 7-1 Brazil after we had 2 OTs.
And we get the grudge match? The BDS versus Oxygen, the Rise versus his former teammates. This is amazing. The storylines are all set up. I understand why Europe has played out the way it has. It's just so we get that story, Leaf. And I know Leaf is probably excited. Did anything else crazy happen while we were casting that blowout?
Why do you assume I'm excited? I'm the most bored I've ever... No, I'm not.
What?
I'm watching Rocket League. You're right. I am excited. Good assumption. I honestly, just to follow up what you said, I think it's really exciting to see that Rise versus Oxygen matchup. I think that's that'll be really interesting. And I do believe we actually have that on the mainstream next after this. But we still have another match going on right now. Williams Resolve did just take down a Wild 3-2, so they'll move on. Wild and Quadrant and Monkeys now all eliminated with 2.5 men, and PSG Tundra in game 5 right now. Again, I'm kind of excited about 2.5 men because Turtle, we haven't seen Speed.
I know. I was just about to say, my boy Speed's back in it. I know he's been grinding it out, and I'm following him on the timeline, and I just see every single qualifier or potential to make a regional event. He's so close, and to see him finally back in a main event definitely brings me a lot of happiness. But the job's not finished, Leaf. You still got to close things out in game 5.
That's true. And something, Lemon, that's so exciting about this region too is because these players just, I don't know, they're always swapping around. So many roster moves, and it's just so deep. Like there's so many good talent that it's like you get players like Speed or Scrub Killa that are good players, and you don't see them in main events for so long because there's so many other good players around too. So it's fun to see them pop up again.
I was kind of excited to watch Toxic specifically from 2.5 men, participate in a few ones matches, even beating, people like Raziers, who I think popped off and played well today, used to be on SA. And I think this is a roster that has a lot of potential. So I was kind of keeping my eye on them, and for good reason, I guess, considering they're in game 5.
Well, and PSG Tundra, though, I mean, I think this is for them specifically, in my opinion, at least, Turtle, this is an important win. I mean, this is a roster that really can take on a lot of top teams, and to be potentially eliminated in your round 1 of lowers is not the results you're probably looking for.
Oh, yeah. I mean, especially up against 2.5 men, where I think the previous few tournaments and history of PSG Tundra definitely give them the edge in this matchup, and they should be the team taking away this series win. But sometimes that's just not how it's meant to play out. And game 5 has been kind of quiet. You could feel the tense nerves between both teams. Nobody wants to get too aggressive. I'm not seeing a lot of risky rotations or even demo plays for the most part. Just some quality tester shots to see if anybody's going to slip up on that goal line.
Just before we head down to the field list and the casters here, just a quick word from D-Rex saying that a PSG loss here would actually be huge for Worlds implications, as PSG is in number 7 for EU, and it would give BDS the chance to pass another team at number 7. While it is in Worlds currently, that gives them the chance, right? So this loss here could be problematic, but we do have a listen in, so let's head down to the field and see what's going on.
It could ultimately be a golden goal coming out from either of these teams, and as that ball actually rocks down in front of the net, quick shot coming out. Ivan's gonna have to get a nice touch there off to the side, and the pressure is coming out here. Defense is being questioned by PSG Tundra. Coming down to the last minute as well, 0 boost. They're gonna have to get this ball out. They are doing everything they can to make sure that ball does not fall in front of their net, because it could potentially be game over for them if it does.
It's silver goal territory. It might be golden goal territory. Tox with the first shot for what seems to have to be ages for PSG Tundra, and a banger. That one saved away at the near post by Toxic. Now Ivan snipes the left post. Just that tiny bit of dialing on the accuracy lever not being done correctly. Srizex rotates through, finds one demo. Tox out of the infield. Now it's getting into that quick play yet again. Down the field from both teams, neither really wanting to take control. Quick shot from Speed. Ivan has to keep his wits about him. Does that, gets it to Tox in the corner.
Oh wow, 15 seconds left. We might actually see a game 5 overtime with 0 goals in, so it could definitely be a golden goal coming out here, but regulation isn't over yet. 5 seconds left. Last chance for Tundra here. Gets a 50, but doesn't lose it. Passes it back to Tox. He booms it upfield, and I think maybe they might drop it down. Actually, no, goes into midfield, but no one from Tundra there to follow up. Not fast enough. We go into game 5 overtime. Now let's pray it's not a kickoff goal, because those are awful things.
Unless it's for us. Tox, good control, but no match for Toxic on the backboard. It's game 5 overtime, and again, we have been 0-3 on OTs today. 2 against Sir that have been lost. 1 against 2.5 men, but it will not happen again. Tox with the winner.
Oh my god, I almost swore. My bad. I'll try not to do that. What? Oh my god, the big double commit there from Speed and Toxic really put them both at play.
It's okay, Jordies. We forgive you. Moxfish and Jordies bringing us the action down there. And yeah, that was, I mean, for PSG, that's good. That's what they wanted, especially repping. PSG been out of the scene for a while and coming back in. You want to do them justice, right? So for them, that's the that's the result that they were going for. But yeah, they'll move on into the next part of the bracket, which we do have coming up after here. But we do have to say goodbye to Wild, Quadrant, 2.5 men, which Speed, Turtle, I know you're upset about that, and Monkeys, of course, being eliminated. But on the other side of the bracket, or the other side of the break, we have more bracket. It's more elimination matches. Europe is exciting, so come on back. We got more good Rocket League.
Dans les airs, le RD doit pas rentrer Jack. Le maximum sur hit et ça va donner l'ouverture du score. Ah, derrière, Soyo n'est pas là, là-bas touche le sol. Les Genji sont champions majors de Rotterdam.
Ça manque un petit peu de puissance, c'est parfait pour Extra qui va venir mettre le putain d'or en faveur d'Exalti. Attention à mon qui moon, la passe axiale et l'ouverture du score. 3, 2, 1.
I didn't find a team yet. G1 contacted me. It was a really long off season for me, so I was glad they contacted me. We started to scrim, and yeah, after like 3 scrims, they decided to pick me.
Oh, he's there, and he goes in behind the defense.
Since the fall major, I've been really trying to keep up with like pro level. I was kind of like thinking about going on vacation, but then I also thought that I wanted to still compete, and if I was going on vacation, for example, or like not grinding, I wouldn't like forgive myself. So I was really trying to stay motivated and still grinding the game.
These mistakes in the first place. Oh, you're joking. Oh, he just chips on it.
What I can bring to the team is, I think, a lot of speed, a lot of mechanics, and I think we will be faster in general.
With the double and it's in!
The vibe in the team is really good right now. We're all super motivated and ready to grind for RLCS. It's been really fun the past couple of weeks. I haven't had this much fun in like a really long time.
Atomic double tap, bang, bang.
Well, I'm kinda the nervous guy, but I can manage. I think my previous team helped me a lot with controlling myself because I was like really nervous in Rotterdam. But I think with this much confidence going in the regional with G1 right now, I think I will be just fine.
Shots to the register. This one's gonna slide in for Torino, and it's 3-0 G1.
Going into this regional, I think we're feeling really good, but a lot of teams are really stacked right now. I think Europe is really, really, really stacked. You have a lot of teams that could potentially make majors, so it'll be fun, right?
Even though he's going all the way.
Oh.
And what is that challenge?
Oh, and he just...
I just turned 18, saw your whole life in front of me, and I know one day I'd miss cleaning up the cold tea. Now I'm sitting there singing broken heart, helplessly I'm praying, blaming God. Ooh, she told me don't worry, we've been apart before. The words of heaven will be waiting for you once more. She told me don't worry, told me don't worry now, told me don't worry, told me don't, told me don't. She said we soon made 3 doctors and friends and family. When it was time to leave, there was only one, and it was me. Got so good at looking next to you, next to you. Couldn't bear the thought of something new. Ooh, she told me don't worry, we've been apart before. The words of heaven will be waiting for you once more. She told me don't worry, told me don't worry now, told me don't worry, told me don't, told me don't.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for our final matchup of day 1 here of the European Open in the Rocket League Championship Series. I'm Leaf, and Lemon Kiwi and Turtle will be here to finalize the day here for you, as we have to unfortunately send home a few more teams. But on the bright side, we send forward a couple more teams into that lower round 3. Let's take a look at the bracket, get you guys caught up. In case for some reason you're really late to the day here and you're just starting to join us. Kind of weird, go back, watch the VODs. But this is what we've seen so far. Some craziness in that upper bracket, down into the lower bracket. We just saw some eliminations now. Lemon, we have 4 teams sent home. I think the big one we were all talking about was Quadrant on that 3-0.
Yeah, and I think these underdog teams, quote unquote, whatever team that comes out of the closed qualifier, right, is ones to look out for because they exposed in 4K a lot of the weaknesses from the Giants. I mean, I'm looking at Team Vitality, the Game 5 against Quadrant, Moist, Game 5 against Hogan. There's a lot of Game 5s, and I know everyone told me if you come to Europe, don't be safe on your predictions, and I understand why.
And reminder, these team streams are still going on. So for this final round here, get on over to your favorite teams, cheer them on, because again, they're going to need it here. Elimination on the line. So all that positivity they can take will be necessary for them. Now, I know we're going to be looking at the BDS Oxygen Max, but Turtle, I'm upset we're not showcasing the Hogan mode match. We got Scrub Killa actually getting dubs right now.
Yeah, I mean, Scrub has been going crazy, and like Lemon said, the Game 5 up against Moist, which only ended in a 1-goal game where Moist barely edged out a dub there. So maybe we see Scrub make this legendary return to form where he's back at the top of Europe.
Maybe. For now, though, we're going to watch this other matchup. we got to watch BDS and Oxygen face off. Oxygen is starting to warm up. It looks like you and I did not believe, Lemon did in that last matchup, that they were having a good day. It turns out they were able to turn that around, taking down Monkeys 3-1. They come into this matchup now. They're up against BDS. This is, again, I guess a showcase for Rise of what he can do, Lemon, with this new roster after he's coming off of that Oxygen team.
Yeah, Oxygen, I believed in them. That's why I predicted them. But there is a bit of a grudge match. Rise from BDS going up against this former team, left off earlier with a disappointing, in their eyes, winter split finish in top 12. So we'll see. Is it an upgrade? Is it a downgrade? I feel like the Gamers Without Borders gave us a taste of what is to come.
Well, chat, let us know what you think is going to happen in this matchup. Hashtag BDS, hashtag Oxygen. We'll get the analyst thoughts here right now. Charlie, you're in deep thought right now. Because
you know what, Leaf, no.
This could be a
I'm sick and tired of this power that you have over us. I want you to give me your prediction first. All right?
Oh, no, the tables
I'm sick and tired of this. So you go first.
I don't know how to handle this. I'm just gonna leave. I know who I'm going with. Okay, stop it. I'm going BDS. I'm going BDS. I mean, from what I saw before, I predicted them earlier on, even against Karmine Corp. So I'm going to stick with that prediction here. What do you think, Lemon?
I'm thinking I'm going to go with Oxygen again, only because
pick your guns.
Although Team BDS looked good on the day, they worried me in the Gamers Without Borders dropping off at the first round, like going Game 5 to I expect more out of BDS. If they're back, to their prime, I'll never predict against them again, but they have to prove it to me today.
Turt.
Ooh, I feel like an Oxygen hater today. I don't know why, so I'm going BDS.
Fair.
I genuinely think that BDS are going to take it. I mean, come on.
The problem is the last time we held hands, it didn't go well.
Yep. Yeah, I know. This is the exact same prediction lineup that we had before. And, I'm all for letting Lemon look smart, okay?
Well, we'll see how it goes. We got the matchup. One more best of 5 elimination. Lemon Turtle, bring it to us.
Yeah, I don't mean to be a BDS hater, okay? Like, they were upset earlier on. They got 3-0'd by German Amigos, Game 5 to Sta, and it...
I'll give you a chance to come back. You can come back to BDS, all right? You want to be a BDS stand right now? Because I'm feeling pretty good with this pass in the midfield. Rise over to Monkey Moon, and that's how you start out a series, ladies and gentlemen. 6 seconds in. We got a banger, but of course you can't count on Oxygen. As much as I said I'm a hater for them, I still think they looked pretty dang good against Monkeys. There were a couple of weird inconsistencies that I mentioned, mainly with the third man from Oxygen, where I was kind of concerned with the fact that Oxygen would push everybody forward and then rely so heavily on that third man back to make a ridiculous goal line save. And I think that BDS will absolutely exploit that with how fast they can transition and just catch him not even in the goal.
Even in that, Monkey Moon doing it again. Right to the hands of the defense, though. But Oxygen, they held their own on the defense. The fact that they just take shot after shot and they're able to counterattack and immediately convert, I think, is what frustrated the other team in the last series.
Yeah.
Now, you know, I'm not a hater, just a disappointed parent because I know that BDS have that high potential. They can do so much more than what they did at the Gamers Without Borders.
Yeah.
And I think Rise going up against his former team is that fire in his belly to deliver that.
Absolutely, and everything obviously changes once you get into the RLCS. This is where all of the pressure falls on your shoulders, and we talked about it going into this series, that this is, you know, a little bit of a nice rivalry between Rise and his former teammates, Archie and Dorius, so we'll see how that plays out. I'm sure a lot is on the line in terms of starting this split on the right foot. We've got BDS with more aggression. Rise looking for a double tap, finds it, but quickly sniffed out by Archie, who also gets a double tap, but third man, Monkey Moon, has a really poor touch, and it's just given right back into the hands of Archie.
Man, I was chill with this because I saw 2 blue guys in the net.
Oh, no.
But actually nobody home. Yeah, Monkey Moon with just a weak clear right to the enemy. It's not what you want to do, but it's what we want to see, a 1-1. That's exciting.
And we're looking for a better first touch out of Monkey Moon. He didn't have too much boost, about 17 to his name. And I think the original goal was just to simply place that right into the corner and carry it out for a better 50-50, but not the way you want to start things out. I mean, they had a good first 6 seconds, but ever since that first goal, Oxygen have come to play.
I believe Archie wins that 50 and finishes off the double tap, and the defense of BDS, you know, they were depending on each other. They trust each other. When you go to a couple world championships together, you know that the sky's the limit. Monkey Moon, live by the monkey, die by the monkey. Whether it's the first goal or the choke on the defense, but a beautiful pass to Seiko gives Team BDS the tie.
We got a shootout. Monkey Moon past 1 defender, past 2, and sets up Seiko, who has a brilliant shot. There he's going near post and catches the goalkeeper off guard. That's the way to get back into it and respond quickly after a bit of a defensive blunder. But immediately you're thrown back with some more pressure, and we've got ourselves a game, Lemon.
Oh yeah, back and forth. The lead has not escaped either side. Seiko reads this clear by Ixo. Now it's a bit of a tongue twister, but Seiko, Ixo. But it looks like so far Oxygen have made the space, while my brain has space in it to fill, obviously. Rise leading that charge to the double tap left side, but no one's there. It's the Ghost.
Yeah, you want to talk about tongue twisters. We've gotten a G1 versus G2 where there's atomic on both sides, okay? So, you know, there's a lot of tongue twisters in this game, but Ixo and Seiko certainly up there for one of the craziest, and both of those players can absolutely pop off in their own respective. I think Ixo did a great job in that previous series of getting aggressive, but also on the goal line, as we see, he can do a lot more damage. And when I mentioned, you know, Oxygen Esports leaving a third man back, it was usually Ixo, who did come out clutch several times, and he's going to have to do it against BDS, who are holding so much pressure, knocking on the door, waiting for 1 goal.
The Rise trying to put on that pressure. Jorius beats him in the skies, shoots down the bird. Seiko at least dodges that, but Rise couldn't get on the ball in time. Oxygen try to find clears, but they're still a bit trapped. But just like in the last series, Oxygen's counterattack is what you have to fear. And Archie with both goals of Oxygen, the main striker, is trying to find that lead for Oxygen, but it's a quick transition back. Jorius nearly a save, gets demoed for his efforts.
Yeah, and we're seeing very different approaches on offense. One team, Oxygen, are looking for more solo plays, and of course, we've seen that with Archie, and it has been effective getting the first 2 goals, like you mentioned, Lemon. But on the side of BDS, I think they're looking for more midfield passes, trying to pick apart the defense with those quick little 1-2s in the midfield. I think that might be more consistent. You can't rely on Archie, so what I'd love to see out of Oxygen Esports more is to get involved with the passing game. Try not to go for every solo play you can, and instead thread this ball to the middle, or maybe Ixo could just get a free one there with the defensive mistake out of BDS, but they recover, and they're back on the goal line.
Not a big enough crack in that defensive armor of BDS. 2 shots came in from Oxygen. Their 4th registered 1 in all the minutes that have gone by. And what, 7 plus 3, 10 for BDS. And the amount of saves that Oxygen have to put up to make this game close, they're gonna have to do more. Monkey Moon chasing off the cross. Seiko against Archie. Archie just patrols the back wall there. And Team BDS lose that pressure, but they got the midfield. Last 8 seconds to go. And it's Rise and Monkey Moon going down. But Archie up in the sky gets the ball away. 1 second mark for OT in game 1. And Seiko stops. We enter overtime.
And that's a dangerous territory once you approach the final few seconds for BDS. If we remember correctly, whenever they were up against K-Corp, there were several 0-second goals that did go in favor of KC. So it's nice to see BDS come out here and not give up a goal on the final second. Maybe things change in OT. It was a pretty evenly fought matchup heading into OT. I think BDS got the best of them at the end, but Oxygen Esports, at least the beginning of this overtime, have been strong.
Oxygen, no strangers to overtime. I mean, they had to face 2 in their last series. They won the first one. We'll see if this is deja vu. Will the script follow? Jorius the ball right in front of the net. Rise. Didn't get that second touch, but got the pass to Seiko. Ixto, save. Rise, possession. Seiko to the left. Monkey Moon, the third man in the midfield, keeping this rally going for BDS. Just a matter of time with how many shots Team BDS have put up. But you can't count on Oxygen. And their backs are against the wall. They can handle the pressure. Archie saves.
BDS are getting more creative. They're throwing so many different tactics and strategies at the defense of Oxygen. But that's exactly what's been showing up, that defense from the orange side. Even if you're not getting the first touch, Rise has a double tap. It's not on target. When will they find something that breaks through and cracks the armor?
It's time for Rise up. Seiko redirect. That's wide. Ixto trying to get this out, but the shot from Monkey Moon. Ixto thought he won that. And he showed Team BDS win game 1.
If the goalkeeper keeps getting the save, all you got to do is delete him from the pitch. And eventually something will fall in. 1 demo, 1 goal, OT ended, and Team BDS can take the lead.
The amount of shots that they registered, I'd be pissed if I was like Team BDS if you didn't win that.
Yeah.
Double digits for them. Oxygen only 5. But the amount of saves, we talked about Oxygen's defense in the first series, of how unstoppable they look. They are almost frustrating to play against because Oxygen, they save after save and then convert on the one that they take back. Leave. This is fun. This is a fun series.
Yeah. I agree. Actually, they're all pretty fun series. I'm also watching pretty strongly this Williams Resolve Hogan mode match. I'll give you an update. G1 PSG still in their game 1 right now with PSG Tundra up 1 goal. Guild taking a win on SA, and then Hogan mode taking a win over Williams Resolve in game 1, and they're currently up 2 goals with a minute left in game 2. So that's pretty exciting. I don't know. I'm really excited about
Is Scrub Killer back?
I'm wondering
I feel like a chatter right now. Like when we watched that Vitality series, Vitality got scored on it. Everybody started spamming, Zen overrated. What? Zen is trash. That's exactly how I feel. As soon as I see Scrub Killer take a dub, I'm like, he's back. He's back, ladies and gentlemen.
I love it. Yeah, he's got Resi and Growly with them, and they're making moves right now. So that's why I'm watching this one. I'm pretty excited about I just like those fun stories, those comeback stories, you know. But
so much pressure on a young kid, though, of like, yeah, he's a god at ones, and you're wondering how the threes are going to look, which obviously Zen adds to that equation. But everyone's almost overhyping it that as soon as he just makes 1 mistake, it's all trash, not perfect, not A+. And you know,
but that's why they have Farah. I mean, that's why I'm a believer in Vitality. I think if they didn't have Farah, I would be worried about the consistency from Team Vitality. But that coach aspect is definitely going to provide a lot for that team. But we got to continue on, Leaf, okay? I'll let you just sit back and enjoy the chaos as we get back into Team BDS up against Oxygen.
Oh, yeah. A lot of OTs, too. This time, what is it, like the 3rd that Oxygen have faced? Don't remember the series that BDS had, but Oxygen, they can handle the pressure except the time that they didn't. So, lost that first OT.
BDS have gone through 2 OTs so far. They had 1 against Williams Resolve and 1 against K-Corp. So I guess they're no strangers to it either. We've gotten close games, it seems like all day from both sides.
Oh yeah, Archie almost wanting to cut through Rise, who has to take it above and beyond. Waiting for him though is Ixo with the free jump. Gets it above a couple defenders, has an open opportunity, takes his time, defense reestablished, couldn't find the pass in time, but Oxygen keeping Team BDS on their toes.
Yeah, they're definitely keeping BDS honest here on the goal line. Unfortunately, they're not able to capitalize, but it's individual plays like that that started out a lot of the movement for Oxygen. If you remember back to game 1, it was Archie who was catching everybody off guard and honestly opening up a lot of mistakes on the BDS defensive line. But game 2, there haven't been any blaring issues in their defense, at least in the first minute. But on top of that, they haven't been able to score. You remember game 1 also started with the initial goal out of BDS, so game 2 has certainly been writing a different story.
It feels like BDS are so physical, not in terms of demos, but just chasing people around, trying to take demos, or trying to take boosts, bumping people around, being annoying like a fly.
Yeah.
But hasn't really converted to anything, nothing yet. As Oxygen up to the sky, Ixo ready to get the pass, Monkey Moon squashes it. As BDS hold defensively, Joreuz removed from the equation, as Archie's not going to get enough backup for this.
Ooh, and I like that touch from Rise. It didn't look too productive, but it was actually right into space and given to Monkey Moon, who has more to work with. 50-50 on the back wall. Seiko, another challenge game. Everything relying on the 50s to keep pressure moving for BDS, and they've come out on top. Let's see how Rise moves into the midfield. Up to Monkey Moon, another challenge game. And we're getting pretty stagnant as you can see both teams taking a stab at winning one of these approaches to the ball, but not one of them specifically coming out on top. And eventually, though, you win a challenge, you get a demo, and you set up a shot.
And a great bump on an Ixo, reading the ball. Read this one, just shoved. And then 2-on-1 is not really much Ixo could do in that situation.
Yeah.
But BDS, once again, starting off with an early lead. Not as quick as the first game, where I didn't even have time to finish off my narrative before Monkey Moon was all over that. But it took a whole first half for Team BDS to get comfortable.
Oh, and they're going for so many more physical plays. Rise has been aggressive as ever. He's the one who got the bump play. That was the catalyst for the first goal. And here he is again, getting more demos, hunting for boost, trying to take a player out of rotation. Oxygen do not look comfortable. They haven't been able to get a solid string of possession. They're winning 50-50s like this from Joreuz, but quickly down the other end comes Rise. And at this point, it looks like Oxygen, they couldn't even buy possession if they wanted to.
Ixo's about to call his mom with how much he's just getting bullied by the other team in the net. Able to barely dodge these bumps. Defensively, BDS unfazed. Seiko almost went for a dunk. They're
That's
crazy.
just an ego challenge. That's straight up ego from Seiko. What are you doing, buddy? Why are you going for that challenge? And more importantly, how does it work out for you? And here he is pre-jumping again. It looks like the confidence running through the veins of BDS.
Team BDS, no strangers to taking risks, even though we're in the lower bracket, and that's that energy that facing your forward team does to the back wall. Second touch available. Oxygen denied, brought right back. BDS have to stand tall, and they do. Joreuz, oh no, it's Seiko that beats them to the ball, so space created for BDS as they can breathe.
Ooh, opportunity for Rise. He saw the backboard space that was given. Archie was in position, but with how quick that double tap came through, he couldn't get a touch. A couple of great chances for BDS to get more fancy with the mechanics. The first goal was a bump play. Maybe the second one for BDS will be a mechanical play, unless Oxygen have something to say about it.
Yeah, Oxygen are trying to match that aggression that BDS came out the gates with. And in terms of scores, though, it's favoring Team BDS. Monkey Moon with both.
Look at this challenge. It bounces off of Archie and goes back into the hands of Rise. You want to call it fortunate or just right time, right place for Rise. And honestly, that approach to the ball was also quite fantastic. They're winning challenges, Lemon, and they're opening up the gates to score 2 goals. BDS, it looks like game 2 will also have their name written all over it.
The cope here is, great dribble by Joreuz. And this is the guy that you usually can depend on. No fault to him. This is just a tough egg to crack when it comes to the defense of BDS. We're just so quick to find these clears. Dangerous touch from Jorius, and you saw Seiko want to hunt for it.
Oh, it's wide open again.
Seconds, though. Rise to Seiko. The red carpet laid down. 3-0 for BDS with 6 seconds left. That'll be the end of game 2 with them on match point.
And communication, not the strong suit of Oxygen, at least in this game. The red carpet, like you said, was laid down. And Team BDS say no flash photography, please. We'll just let this ball simply roll into the back of the net. 3-0, a blowout. And, oh, never mind. Okay, we're getting one. We're getting one for Oxygen. This could be a good sign, at least leading into the next game, because at this point, they'll take what they can get.
It was a nice setup. Too little, too late. Quite literally too little.
Yep.
Only 1 goal, 1 second. Whatever happens here won't change a thing.
No,
but
let me introduce to you the 2-goal rule. No, okay, never mind.
The cope of the day, though, is that I feel like Oxygen didn't get like outshot like crazy this game, where game 1, it was like double digits for BDS to like 5, I think, from Oxygen. Now we're looking at 8 shots from BDS to 6 from Oxygen.
Yeah.
So it's closer in terms of offenses, but Oxygen not having like pressure on the offense. Like they get a shot, but it's sent right back.
Yeah, it's weird because honestly, I think I would prefer the previous style for Oxygen in game 1, where they're not taking as many shots, but that's it for at least game 2 in this series. Leaf is you know what? First of all, update me on Scrub Killer. How's my boy doing? I want to know.
Yeah, well, I was going to save that for last.
Okay.
I just want to talk about how it feels good that we're getting our revenge on Lemon Kiwi right now.
What?
Yeah, I know it does. You're right. Thank you.
But we have
Not over.
Yeah, that's true. PSG Tundra up 2-0 right now against G1. They're on match point. Sun Guild 1-1 apiece. And then Hogan mode against Williams Resolve. It's 2-0 right now. 20 seconds left. Tied 2-2 in game 3.
He's
so
back.
1 goal.
He's back.
Yeah, baby.
I'm ready for the post. Scrub Killer's back. Question mark, question mark, question mark. It's going to happen. It's going to be beautiful. Until then, we try and watch BDS try to get some revenge of your rise against Oxygen. And it's not really revenge. I guess it's just the grudge match. Okay, nothing happened. There's no bad blood. I'm not trying to build a fake story here. Rise, I'm sure, loves Archie and Dorius, but I still like the rivalry here, Lemon.
Yeah, for sure. And it's kind of that nice revenge from Gamers Without Borders, where Oxygen had a deeper run than Team BDS did, which made you wonder, like, whose roster really got upgraded or downgraded in that situation. But Oxygen are not a team that get tilted. They're the ones that do the tilting of the other team. And Ixo trying to prove that. Demo onto Rise. Bringing the ball right back, though. Oxygen lose possession, just going too high up with it. As BDS, so aggressive. Seiko chasing Archie. It's like cat and mouse up there. It almost goes to monkey move. Good for Archie to pop it up above.
Oh, Rise could get the bump. He was looking to find Ixo midair. I love the idea, but a great dodge out of Ixo to keep his team all leveled out here, as this game is match point for BDS and potentially the end for Oxygen if they don't come out with a dub in this game. It's going to be goodbye to them in this tournament. Reminder, this is the lower bracket. No more lives left, and Jorius, he's aware of it. Wants to put an early shot on target, and a ridiculous 50 that squeezes into the back of the net.
Oh yeah, Jorius. These long passes we remember from the last series, but a clear right to Archie. Easy dub for Oxygen. And after like 5 registered shots by Team BDS, it only took 2 from Oxygen to get the first goal. And so, like you said, Oxygen don't need a lot of shots. They execute.
That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted. That's why I liked game 1. I thought that Oxygen, while they weren't taking as many shots, it looked more high quality. All the chances they were generating were lethal and threatening on the offensive side versus the previous game where it felt like they were just testing the defense instead of trying to create better chances. And I think that counterattack game style or game plan is the route if you're Oxygen. More saves out of Dorius.
I like that if you're Oxygen, you're not letting Ixo out to dry, where I feel like he has to do these miraculous saves. As soon as Ixo gets the first save, Jorius is next up on the goal line, and he's able to salvage that situation. Oxygen don't give anything up to Team BDS after 6 shots, but Rise going above to the back wall. Archie protects it well. No one on the right side for Team BDS to keep that pressure on.
And that reliance on Ixo that you just mentioned was, in my opinion, the biggest weakness out of Oxygen coming out here. I didn't like how alone Ixo was on the backboard for most of the series against Monkeys, and they've cleaned it up and almost hit their first goal, their first stab at Team BDS's defense. And maybe they get more as a second goal falls in. Here we go. Oxygen heating up.
Just when you think you're safe, Oxygen, they loom and they lurk and they strike. The second one for Archu. I feel like it's the highest scoring player on Oxygen. Maybe it's just a recency bias thing, but he finds the right moment to catch BDS off guard.
And that was kind of similar to the first goal for BDS. They were trying to dish it out into the corner and look for a clear, but Oxygen were infiltrating that spot, infiltrating the open space, and able to get a perfect shot from the corner on target. It looks like the transition out of their own half when it comes to this corner play, from BDS isn't as efficient as you'd like to see.
I hope Leaf is watching.
I
had my cope ready. Okay. Keep
I'm
watching.
here.
Yeah, I got I'm holding on to the edge of my seat with this prediction. I really want to go 2-0 in the day, but I'm in for a treat of a series.
I mean,
Rise gets demoed.
Oh, wait, sorry. Woo!
What?
I'm sorry. Hogan mode just won. 3-0.
Oh, what? Hogan mode 3-0 Williams resolve. It's official. Scrub Killer absolutely destroying right now in the lower bracket.
The best rookie in this bracket.
There you go. Now, I mean, BDS want to get a 3-0 themselves, but they've got a pretty big hole to get out of. 2 goals, only a minute left. And Monkey Moon with a good 50-50 could open up an opportunity out of Rise. Good 50-50 down the other side. Seiko can't get a challenge. And Oxygen are just beating them in almost every category.
This is that frustration that Oxygen gives you, where you just shoot at their net so many times, and they almost find a way to sneak one in. But here's Rise, 2 defenders in the way.
Oh, big demo.
Save. Jory is gone. 3-on-2 for BDS to the back wall. No one on the right side. Monkey Moon finding the right time to challenge. Passing to go to the Christmas pass because BDS went back for boost.
Yeah, and I think Rise was also anticipating Monkey Moon not even to touch that ball and take it himself. I don't think they're using each other as effectively. BDS not on the same page. 15 seconds remaining. Seiko, good challenge. If they get one here, there's a chance, but Seiko can't catch it. Off the post, bouncing out. Maybe here, but saved again. Oxygen Esports. The defense standing tall, not even letting a single goal in. BDS, no answer, no response. And we continue on in the series.
Oxygen are still breathing. The shutout. It's insane. And that's the defense. Some sports kids probably say that the best offense is a great defense or something like that. And Oxygen are the living proof. I don't know. I sometimes watch meat sports. But Leaf, how are you holding up?
I'm doing just dandy over here. Thanks for asking.
No problem, buddy.
Oh, do you want? Is there anything else?
Well, we already know that Hogan will win through. What's happening with the others?
Yeah. Well, the PSG, I'm in trouble with the letter G today. PSG Tundra is still up on that match point. They're in an overtime right now against G1, so they could walk away with a 3-0 sweep. And then that guild match is still on a 1-1 right now. So we're still waiting on those matchups to finish off. But the important news of the day is that Scrub Killer is still in the bracket heading into day 2.
There we go. There we go. Hogan mode moving on. And I'm surprised. I think G1 should be able to put up a much better fight against Tundra. I mean, G1 did go to the major. This is obviously a new rendition of the roster, but still, I think they've got what it takes to get back into that series in the same way that Oxygen might be able to get back into this one against BDS.
Yeah, these close qualifier teams, man, are no joke. The fact that
they're deadly.
Made to sweat by Guild and Sub. There's a serious talent in Europe. Serious talent on this field too. Team BDS still on match point, but Oxygen's defense prevailing in that last game.
Let's see if we get that same approach from Oxygen. Doesn't look like that so far. There's been a lot of aggression from this team. And I just worry, it's that same situation. If they're putting on a lot of aggression, I want to see quality opportunities, not just tester shots on the defense of BDS. I still think they look the best when they're transitioning and counterattacking. And a lot of times BDS will throw themselves forward, double commit, but it works out as a pinch as Ixo can't get in front of this ball. And there's space for Monkey Moon to cook. What's he gonna do with it? Flip restart out into the midfield, gets a bump as well on Archie. Goodbye, but nobody could go for the follow-up.
Yeah, Seiko, they thought he was in a position and just couldn't cut through all the bricks on that wall of the defense. And BDS have to be creative with it. The fact that Rise is kind of slowing down the ball, baiting the defense, trying to force mistakes, but Oxygen, their defense, some of the best we've seen today. Jorius with another save, backing up Ixo more and more, but Team BDS almost finding these gaps and creating it forcefully by just demoing people.
Just taking them out the pitch. That's all you got to do to open up some opportunities. That's a good pass in the midfield, but read well. And more bumps coming through, but the team can't connect. It wasn't executed well. The goalkeeper got smacked out the way, and here comes Oxygen. Archie looking for the double tap from the backboard. You can never count Oxygen out, even if it looks like they're on their last life on the defensive side.
You gotta keep your eye on Archie and his ability to execute, and Ixo almost cleaned that up. And Jorius stopped as the defense from BDS hold on, but the ball is brought back. No challenges from Team BDS yet as Oxygen finally get pushed back, but no real threat. Rise is always the first to present himself from Team BDS. Give them an opportunity. Seiko, the second man, to help his buddy out. But the offense hasn't scored in a while from Team BDS.
Oh, they're
now
trying to bump him. Oh my goodness. Poor Rise. He's left as the last man. Look at him. He's got to dodge two players. Ixo's hunting him in the air, and Jorius goes low. Rise still somehow makes the touch possible. But with two players taking you out, there's only so much you can do with the ball before it's given right back into the third man for that first goal.
Yeah, BDS loved demoing, but Oxygen loved bumping, and you just saw how much value, much more value Oxygen are getting out of that. Now able to keep up in terms of their shot numbers too, their offense, just as good as their defense.
Yeah.
At least only by one goal. BDS are not out of this yet. You can't choke at the finish line. It's a good reset, good attempt from BDS. The opportunity gone.
To be honest, I think there's been communication issues on both sides. But I think BDS have not been, like I said, on the same page when it comes to the way they move on the offense. I've seen multiple opportunities with great setups, but a poor finish, and that's just because the second or third man doesn't exactly know what the first man's trying to do with the ball. I mean, we're seeing Monkey Moon put in work and get some damage in on offense, but we're waiting for the second guy to come through to rotate in quickly and put this ball away because the chances are there, Lemon.
Yeah, BDS, I mean, that was a sick flip reset to slow down the ball. They've done that a few times creatively to force mistakes out of Oxygen, but hammering on that wall cannot break through.
Here we go. Here we go.
Monkey Moon, I don't think got the reset there. Drop off to the cross. To the left side, Ixo has Seiko in his shadow. As Oxygen make the space, BDS can't seem to move through the midfield yet. It's kind of back and forth. As Rise has his friends to the right. Oxygen in his way. Minute 12 left. And BDS still haven't scored in, I mean, almost 2 games.
Yeah. Even whenever we got somebody like Monkey Moon out here defying physics, and there it is. Defying gravity, getting up so quick to this ball and slotting it away, tying things up.
As Monkey Moon with the first goal of the series for BDS, almost making me eat my own words when I was trying to talk up Oxygen. BDS rely on him again. As BDS, after 10 shots, finally convert 1. Archie demoed. It's BDS relying on that physicality, but it's answered right back. 2-on-2. The flip into the net. Ixo makes it happen.
All of this pressure is just cascading down on the defense. Dorius gets a demo, and also on top of that, dishes it out into the midfield. Monkey Moon, no boost in the tank, can't recover in time. And even after the first goal in favor of BDS, Oxygen right back in their faces to put them in their place.
50 seconds before game 5. What I say, it's not over till it's over.
Yeah, we go the distance. We go the distance.
And that's 2 unanswered goals by Oxygen.
Unless I'm feeling this. You know, Monkey Moon, anytime he's behind the ball in this series, he's been deadly. Never know what can happen. 30 seconds, Lemon. Are you a believer?
I don't know what I believe in anymore because BDS already tried to prove me wrong. Doing it again, keeping their hopes alive after at least getting a goal in this series, but 20 seconds, they got to make this next play happen. You got to rob Archie of his potential. Rise up above. Seiko, pass doesn't connect.
All right, it's got to be Monkey Moon.
Grabs boost, Jorius, the blocker in the midfield. BDS just can't move downfield before having the ball taken away from them. Ball still up in the air, just barely to the back wall and down low. Oxygen, force the game 5.
Champions Field, here we come. I really thought BDS were going to run away with this series, at least how it started. It looked like we were going to get a quick 3-0, but Oxygen Esports, they're not going out without a fight. And even though BDS had chances, they got that one goal, tied things up, they were still relentless with their offense, generating chances, getting bumps, and I think Jorius in particular just did a fantastic job holding it down in the midfield. And even there, he's the one who got the bump, the pass out in the midfield. Mans is popping off. Are we seeing anything else like that across the field, Leaf?
No, not really. I mean, we see Tundra win. They did 3-0 G1. It's not a close series because it's already over and it was the 3-0. Saw Guild might make their way there. It's match point for Saw right now. Yeah, once again, I think we got one of the, well, besides the Hogan mode match, we got the most exciting matchup on screen here. So going to game 5, I thought this was in the bag. Oh, look, there's your wheels.
Oh, there it is.
I need those.
Yeah, I thought BDS would have had this, but hey, there's Oxygen's making a point.
All right.
Can I change my prediction?
I was about to say, does that make you go to the other side? I mean, we're welcome. You're welcome to join us, okay? Because we got Monkey Moon over here. And as long as he's on our side, I think it's a GG.
I mean, last game, Monkey Moon, the one goal that Team BDS had, 7 saves, 6 shots to his name alone.
Yeah.
The front, the back, Monkey Moon handles business. And an early score, I think, is a big momentum driver for BDS, where it felt like they've been a little bit behind.
Ooh, and that does feel rough for Ixo, as we did get a chance to see that replay again. It looked like Ixo made the issue, made the mistake. He panicked on the back line, on the backboard, and didn't get the touch he wanted. And he's the new pickup. Ixo's the player that I think needs to make a statement here. Obviously, all the pressure doesn't fall on his shoulders, but as the guy coming in to try and make a difference or fill the shoes in the role that Rise once filled on this team, making the first mistake on game 5 has got to hurt. Maybe he can at least get some revenge, but unfortunately won't get away with that touch, and back down the other side it goes.
There's an important demo, though, from BDS. You remove an Oxygen player, that offense starts to dwindle to the back wall. Need that second touch, and Monkey Moon does it again.
He does it again, but this is so much work from Rise. He's downfield. He doesn't have a lot of boost, and he makes it work. 12 to his name. He still gets the flawless touch. Archie also, no boost in the tank to go for the backboard read. Just jumps early, hoping to get a pre-jump save gifted from the gods of Rocket League, but he doesn't find it. 2-0 for BDS, the best start in game 5.
Yeah, it's not Monkey Boom. You're not boomed yet. It's Monkey Moon. Gotta look up. Archie is that star on the other side.
Yeah.
You've kept an eye on him. You're not letting him get away with anything. Seiko, good control. Down, saved by Ixo at the goal line. But Ixo is so reliable on the defensive end. Counterattack, building up potential. Ixo wanting to give it to him right back. At least gives him a demo and a chance for Jorius. Does he get the second touch to Archie? 2 on the net to salvage that.
Oxygen, they're on the hunt. They're getting demos, getting physical, showing signs of great aggression. They don't end up getting a single goal as a result of their efforts. But this is exactly what you need to do if you're Oxygen. Look for those counterattacks and strike when the iron is hot. Otherwise, Monkey Moon, give him a hat trick. This man popping off in game 5.
Yeah, a hat trick. Tips it. Milady, please. 2 defenders, double committing. And Monkey Moon tucks it to the right side. No saving that.
He's got a hat trick, but Rise, the new guy on this team, he has been the foundation for what feels like every single goal in game 5. Monkey Moon has been slotting them away, putting them in, but Rise has been creating the chances, the lane to shoot on target. And for Monkey Moon, that's a walk in the park, and this one was not a walk in the park on a Joreuz. It was a difficult shot. Crossbar down. Archie is not going to let this one go to the wayside, and he puts it away. Now we're within 2.
That shot came in too quick for the pre-jump of Monkey Moon himself. He's great on the offense, but we'll give him a break on the defense. But also, Oxygen with the reverse sweep feels like in the cards. If they can come back by 2 goals in the second half, it is doable, but you gotta stop someone like Monkey Moon from thriving a little too much in that orange end.
Yeah, but if there's one player you don't want to get the goal and start heating up, it's Archie. The entire series, he's the player who, in my eyes, has kept Oxygen in close competition with BDS, putting things away, playing that similar role of Monkey Moon, and here you see him getting demos in the corner. And speaking of demos, Rise takes out 1 player, looking to take out 2, gets the bump, not the demo. It works the same way, and 4-1 go BDS.
The Kiwi bro, I see you. Rise just trying to get credit. I see you as well. Oxygen, this lead is getting further and further away from them, and Team BDS know how to finish off in style, especially after the Gamers 8. We weren't sure
here we go.
how the stamina was going to work for them, and proving that was clearly just a fluke, at least for now. 4-1 as Oxygen's offense stopped at the midfield. Ixo keeps it going to the corner. Needs some help. He's got so many members on him. But it's Joreuz and Ixo that work together in the midfield. Stopped again in the box as BDS look for clears.
And while BDS absolutely looked fantastic in this game, I'm still impressed with Oxygen. It's a 4-1 scoreline, but I still think you can't count them out just yet. And I think it's mainly because of Archie. Let's see if he gets more involved. I talked about him. Here he goes, the mind game around 1 player. And when Archie's on the field, it's not over yet.
Hold up. The game's not over. Series not over. Man, Seiko like a bullet. I kind of want to call him a psycho there. It felt more fitting. Just like zoomed by. Get down, Mr. President. Being the net at that point.
I'm telling you, Archie, he's clutch, Lemon, okay? He's your 1 ticket. Oh, okay, never mind. I lied. I thought he was the 1 ticket to get back into this and maybe get the reverse sweep. But this mistake from all 3 players of Oxygen, that hurts so much.
Talked about foundation. Where is that in the center field for Oxygen? He's just the lane wide open just when you thought it was comebackable for Oxygen, if I just made up a word there. But up by 3 is BDS. Up by more? No, stopped by the post, I think, that time. Joreuz looking for revenge, doesn't get the corner boost. Monkey Moon closing that right post and making the space too. Oxygen.
Here we go.
Not having the pressure, but a 3-man push, all committed, and they deliver.
All right, and this is exactly when you needed to score. You felt like this drive had to yield some results. Archie off the sidewall. Seiko thinks it's going to go in, so he pre-jumps a bit. And then the follow-up is that much easier for Ixo. 2 goals to go, 54 seconds. It's not impossible, but is it too tough of an obstacle for Oxygen to get back into this game?
Monkey Moon thought he had a breakaway, dodging the bumps, keeping possession.
Here we go, 2-on-1, 2-on-1.
Or whoever that was. Somebody from BDS, an important challenge there, but in the box is a scuffle. BDS down the field, burying him 6 feet under. Team BDS, I mean, it was gonna be monkey boomed if he got 5 goals and lost this. Like, there's no shot.
5 goals for Monkey Moon. He has absolutely been the finisher for BDS, but credit needs to be given to everybody on this roster. Seiko, I think his challenges have been so clinical in this game. Rise, also the setups in this game from Rise in particular have been out of this world. And a 3-goal lead should solidify this dub for BDS. Rise takes out his former teammates and continues on with this lower bracket run, even if this one falls in, which it won't, because Monkey Moon is just that good. BDS are still going to take this dub, and why not make it 7-3? Oh,
messed up.
I lied.
And Joreuz, I'm not sure what happened in that last offense, but wasn't on target. Is he dodging a bump? No clue. But all I know is Team BDS denied the reverse sweep in Game 5 and move on to lower bracket round 3. So I refresh my bracket real quick. Yeah, it'll be PSG Tundra, their next opponent.
That was a ridiculous game. I honestly, I didn't expect this to go the distance after BDS took the first 2 games. A reverse sweep attempt on Oxygen, and they even kept it close in that final game. I'm still so impressed with what I saw from Archie. I think this team has a lot to build on, a lot to improve on, but they've got all of the components to make another top run and get back to the major. But unfortunately, we will have to say goodbye to Oxygen and watch BDS continue on in the lower bracket. Leaf, anything else crazy going on? What are the final results of the day?
Final results of the day. I'm going to tell you in a second.
I'm ready.
I just got to say, I don't know about, I think what you said about Oxygen, about some things to build or work on, I'm going to go with more of the work on, because again, I expected probably a little bit. I don't know. I didn't expect them to be in this position in the first place, you know?
Maybe I'm being a little bit too positive. I was an Oxygen hater at the beginning of this day, but I've actually been more impressed with them. I don't know why. There's been a lot of blatant mistakes, but I think all the issues that I've seen from Oxygen are, you can easily clean those things up. It doesn't look like it's too much of a core issue with the team.
I would have expected them to, but again, what do you do when you're up against the hot
They're a new roster too.
Hogan
They just
mode,
picked
right?
up EXO. Okay, this is the molding stage. They're liquefied right now. They gotta solidify. It's gonna happen.
I know, like, I was a bit of a not BDS hater. I was that disappointed parent. You know, I've explained this because I know that they're capable of so much more. The Gamers 8 was like my first exposure to BDS, where a lot of the thoughts were they choked because they were supposed to go further than they did. And you thought that choke factor was starting to come out in game 3 and game 4 when they only scored 1 goal over those 2 games. And then Monkey Moon just decides to turn on his PC and come online and then score 5 goals to himself. So Team BDS, they might still have a choke factor, but they unchoke, which is what the important part is.
Have the ice.
Let's grab the bracket right now, just to see where what all happened here. Because again, there was some interesting start. We start at the beginning of the day here. You even look at that Karmine Corp versus Wild. A little bit of slow start for them with a couple of overtimes, but I think we've seen that from them before. But the biggest thing was looking down that line, having Team Vitality and Quadrant Turtle going to a game 5 where Vitality, again, this was Zen's debut into the RLCS.
Yeah.
We expected great things, but maybe those expectations weighed a little too heavy that allowed it to be such a close series.
I still think Quadrant played well. I don't want to discredit this Vitality roster. Like the game 5 win, in my mind, just proves to me that Team Vitality, even when things get shaky, can still show up on top. So to me, that almost bodes well for them with their mental game, even if they go down against Quadrant. But yes, it does leave us with this feeling that there are gaps in the defense that teams can still exploit. And of course, Vitality are not going to be this perfect, impossible to take down team. There's issues on that defense, but they still look dang good.
And then, Lemon, you move down just a little bit, you see Oxygen Hogan mode, and that was an unexpected result too, where Hogan mode moving on to lose against Moist, eventually dropped down to lower bracket to do pretty well, but then Oxygen having to step off of that loss from Hogan mode, you know, that's mentally a little bit difficult to get yourself back together, knowing now you're sitting on elimination line for the rest of your journey.
I know, you guys are like chanting the scrub killer business and you scrubbing the competition, all right. I mean, yeah, the 3-0 Oxygen match was like impressive, but the fact they went into game 5 against Moist, you're like, hold up. What is Hogan mode? It is a player's last name, so if you're going to put your name on the line, you better perform. And I think the Hogan sub match is going to be so exciting.
But then, of course, we see eliminations there. Wild Quadrant, 2.5 men. We're hoping maybe for a speed run as well. They get knocked out. And then we look into who's left down in that lower bracket. Hogan mode. Again, Scrub Killa, a former world champion, lost his way, found his way back. And I actually was in Jesse's stream at the end there because we did see Saw move on. And Though was saying, yo, me and Scrub are back. We in it. And look at them. They're in top 8 now, which is which is fun to see. So to see for Though to also be excited about the storyline between these two teams is really good.
And if there's a tournament and a regional to get back into the spotlight, Leaf, it's going to be the first regional to start building up those points early on to hopefully push your way through and punch your ticket to Boston.
And we'll take a look at the schedule because, again, this was just day 1. We have day 2 And day 3, that Championship Sunday, is still to go for this European Open. This is what we're going to see tomorrow. In order there, we got, of course, everything on the main broadcast here. We're starting off with that lower bracket, round 3. Yeah, that's where we start. We start off sending people home, and then we move to the good teams. We're at the top.
Bro, you're telling me I get to watch K Corp up against Vitality tomorrow?
That's what you get to see.
This is like Christmas, but in Rocket League. Liquid versus Moist as well. The Water Bowl. This is going to be amazing. We have such a fantastic
Doe versus
day.
Scrub.
Doe versus
the best.
Scrub. Bro, this is we are getting treated. Thank you, Europe.
That's what it is. And then just, of course, looking at the rest of the schedule across the week, this isn't the only Rocket League that's going across the board. So looking at there it is. Look at that. We got the times for you. So you're just looking for your time zone there. What's it going to be? Oh, you want to watch SSA? That's fine. You want to watch Sam? You want to watch EU? Just
I like the
right
SAST time zone. I want to be in the SAST one.
It's so SAST. That's all right.
Hey, don't forget about First Touch, all right?
Of
My
course.
boys at First Touch. You got to tune into that. Listen, I love tuning in and listening to Bates just ramble.
So
about
that's
nonsense.
usually not a sentence I hear. I love tuning in and listening to Bates.
Yeah. What? That. I hope Bates listens to this. We got to get a Bates response, dude. This is the start of a beef I didn't know I needed.
The Leaf beef. Oh, okay, let's move on. Let's talk about what we are working towards. Of course, I'm dropping stuff here. Of course, we're working towards that major, the Boston Major. So a reminder to get your tickets,
Yes.
rl.gg/spring tickets live. Make your way there. Hang out with all the people celebrating Rocket League, casters, everything there. Turtle, it's always a good time.
Dude, I say this every single time because I always get reinvigorated and so hyped after I go to a LAN. Because you remember, we're all just a big family. We're all here. It's like a family reunion. You get to hype up Rocket League, celebrate the esport, and come together. And again, my grandma might be there. I'm trying to get her there. If my grandma can go, everybody at home right now watching should be there because it's going to be amazing.
Yeah. And I look forward to Boston. Bring your earplugs because these events get loud.
Oh, yeah.
Grandma's hearing is probably mostly gone, so
Yeah,
she doesn't need earplugs.
She won't even need to turn up the hearing aid.
Turn the hearing aid down.
That's wonderful. Either way, it's always fun. Let's get some final thoughts here before we head off, though, because we want to get all rested up and get good for tomorrow. Some more Rocket League. Turret and then Lemon, if you want to give some final thoughts. I mean, this was an exciting first day.
All right, I'm gonna say it. Scrub Killer's back, baby.
Woo!
He's back. That's my final wrap up of the day. Scrub Killer is back. Mic drop.
Caster bias. Shaking my head. But for my first day in NA and EU, it was kind of more one-sided and NA. Predictions a lot easier there, and then EU is like this roller coaster of emotions where you think Vitality is just gonna sweep, and then they go to game 5. You think Moyes is on top. They get put in game 5 against Hogan mode, and no shade to Hogan, but it's just I thought this was gonna be a quicker day, and it ended up having so many game 5s, and that's just the first 2 rounds.
It's Europe. It's going to be exciting, and you're mistaken if you're not showing up tomorrow. So make sure you join us. Kickoff at 5 p.m. CEST. Pre-show is going to be at 4:30 CST. Yeah, show up for the pre-show. Shogun and the boys hanging out. It's always super fun. It's always really
show up for the
entertaining.
bruvs. The bruvs, mate.
The bruvs. It's a wonderful time. We're going to get off here. We're going crazy right now. Let's get rested up, and we'll see some more exciting Rocket League tomorrow. See you then.
She found a way into my heart. She don't make up, no, she make art. And I need a way to treat it, cause I keep getting high off of her. Off of her. I know that you'd be bad from the minute I saw you. But somehow I keep running back to you. Feeling lonely, hey. And hearing music that can make me smile. that you'd be back, back, back. I know that you'd be back.
Leading to opportunities like this. Ahmad off the ceiling. Ahmad with the 7 from heaven. I get higher, I never tire. Can they get control of this? Pop back from a towel as he takes control. What? Are you kidding me? This is really happening. It's really happening. It actually happened. Fortune favors Liquid.
See this one flipped out. First killer. Does he have a flip? He's trying to use it to pass down. It's unbelievable.
Your vision, when look in my dodge is trapped, can't catch my breath. The sand in the hourglass has stopped. You let